Chapter 1, The Ninth Sister. Excuse me, is this Wang Meili? Hello, your takeaway has arrived downstairs, please come and pick it up. In a community in the Magic City, a young man rode an electric bike and stopped downstairs, and quickly made a phone call. Send it up. I'm playing PUBG. No more, I'm at 1608. On the other end of the phone, a woman's voice came and she hung up the phone immediately. Player PUBG. Yi Chen heard it, his face was stunned, and then he didn't know how helpless he was. Another person who is deeply addicted to the game and can't extricate himself. Hey, ding dong. Without saying much, he took the elevator quickly and came to the 16th floor. Beauty, your takeaway has arrived. When he arrived at 1608, he knocked on the door quickly. Wait a minute, I have 10 more people, let me kill them, I'll open the door right away. A woman's voice came, which made Yi Chen's face even more helpless. He made a living by delivering takeaways, and time is money. In this way, if everyone waits for a few minutes, time will be greatly wasted. Click. When Yi Chen wanted to say something, the door opened. A girl with long black hair and a first-class face, wearing a loose short skirt, appeared in front of Yi Chen. It's all your fault. Otherwise, I could have won the game. I've played this rubbish game for more than 30 games, and this is the closest I've ever been to winning the game. It's all your fault, bad review. Wang Meili's face was a little cold, staring at Yi Chen in front of her, and snatched the takeaway from Yi Chen's hand. Give me back my phone, what do you want to do, be careful I'll molest you. However, when she was about to give a review, a hand quickly snatched her phone, which made Wang Meili angry. Isn't it just winning the game? I'll help you. Yi Chen's face was anxious. If he gave a bad review, he might lose his day's salary. He must save it. He quickly opened the game. Be careful. There's someone behind you. While Yi Chen was playing the game attentively, Wang Meili next to him was stunned. It's only been 5 minutes. He actually killed more than 20 people. Is this guy cheating? Bang! It's the final round. Just after Wang Meili finished speaking, Yi Chen suddenly turned around and shot, and the person behind him was shot in the head. As for the number of players, there were only 10 left. Wang Meili was excited when she saw this. This is a great god. Oh my god, even professional players don't have such amazing skills. Bang bang bang. Good luck, chicken tonight. And in less than 3 minutes, the game was over. Here you go. Now, can I give you a 5-star rating? Yi Chen handed the phone in his hand to Wang Meili and smiled slightly, his face handsome and handsome. So handsome. Wang Meili was stunned when she saw it, nodded, and gave a 5-star rating by some strange coincidence. Thank you very much for your evaluation, and I look forward to serving you next time. Yi Chen saw it and breathed a sigh of relief. Sure enough, it's better to be a little handsome when you are out there. Wait, little brother, what do you think of me? When Yi Chen wanted to leave, a pair of hands suddenly grabbed Yi Chen's right hand. Let's play together, little brother. As long as you lead me, I will listen to you in everything. It can be said that with such amazing skills, I will definitely win every time. Another point is, how come I didn't notice such a handsome guy just now? Even if it hurts to walk every day, I am happy. Yeah, Yi Chen saw it, his face flushed a little. Indeed, it's quite interesting. A pair of I can't afford it. I still have to deliver food. That's it. After saying that, he waved his hand and left in style. Damn it. I don't believe that I can't conquer you. Little brother, I remember you. I am a pair of nada. Wang Meili saw it, her face was even more angry, and she stomped her feet. Sure enough, being too handsome is also a troublesome thing. In the elevator, Yi Chen shook his head. Sometimes, I am fascinated by my own handsomeness. Why is it so handsome? Ding dong. Ding dong, bind to the god level takeaway system, and reward 100 million cash. Closing square bracket. Ding dong, complete the sign in, and reward Sister 9. Close black lens bracket. God level takeaway system. Yi Chen, who was in the elevator, heard the voice in his mind and shook his head. How could this be possible? This is life, not this. The night gave me black eyes. At this time, the mobile phone in his pocket rang. This was the text message ringtone. Yi Chen was still clear about this. Dear customer, hello, your bank card is transferring the balance in minutes. Looking at the text message in front of him, Yi Chen was stunned. How could it be possible? He looked at it carefully again, and his face was completely shocked. This is actually true. 100 million. System. Looking at the text message on his mobile phone, Yi Chen tried to call the system. If this is true, then wouldn't he rise? Master, hello. The God-level takeaway system is at your service. Is there anything I can help you with? At this time, there was actually a voice in his mind. System, how can I get more rewards? If I can get a reward for delivering a takeaway once, does it mean that I can be rich enough to rival a country without spending a day? This is a bit impossible. Master, the reward is based on the hidden task you triggered, and you will get it after completing it. As for what the hidden task is, the system can give you a hint, 5-star praise. After the system finished speaking, there was no sound. 5-star praise. Yi Chen heard it, seemed to understand something, and nodded. Just now, Wang Meili rated herself 5 stars. It can be said that Yi Chen saw it with his own eyes. Could it be this? As long as the customer rates 5 stars, he can get the reward of the God-level takeaway system. When he thought of this, his face became more excited. Ding dong, system prompts, Sister 9 is rushing over. Closing square bracket. Ding dong. When Yi Chen was puzzled, the sound of the elevator came, and it reached the first floor. Sister 9. Yi Chen heard it, shook his head, and looked at the takeaway in his electric car. Without saying much, he started it instantly and continued to deliver the takeaway. Whoosh 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 beep, beep beep, and when Yi Chen turned a corner, a Ferrari rushed out instantly. Bang! Who is it? Damn, are you blind? With a collision, Yi Chen's figure fell to the side, and a middle-aged man got off the Ferrari. When he saw the Ferrari dented, his face became even more angry. Smelly boy, pay up. Chapter 2, Fiery Ninth Sister, arguing with people online. Hat. Looking at the aggressive middle-aged man in front of him, Yi Chen was stunned for a moment. I say, uncle, can you be reasonable? It was you who drove the car and hit me. This has nothing to do with me. Looking at the middle-aged man in front of him, Yi Chen's face was also a little gloomy. He hasn't asked for the crime yet. Now, the villain is complaining first. Sure, Yi Chen knew very well how slow he was just now. And now, he actually said that he hit him, which was really ridiculous. Stinky boy, I don't care, pay the money. You crashed my Ferrari, this is the fact. Wang Li heard it and roared. He still had to rely on such a Ferrari to pick up girls. And now, the bumper has flipped over. How can he pick up girls with this? Moreover, if you want to repair it, it is impossible without a large sum of money. He doesn't want to pay such an unjust money. What happened? When Wang Li roared loudly, the people around heard it and looked over one by one, which was puzzled. I don't know, it was just a car crash. Alas, this time, the gain is not worth the loss. The bumper has been turned over, and it is impossible to repair it without a lot of money. This delivery boy is in trouble. That's right, this is a Ferrari, not an ordinary car. This time, it's a tragedy. I don't know how much compensation he has to pay. Isn't this Wang Li? Tragedy. This guy relies on this Ferrari to pick up girls. ... And when the people next to him saw it, they shook their heads and sighed softly. The eyes looking at Yi Chen were full of sympathy. It can be said that a delivery man can only make a few thousand yuan a month at most. And the Ferrari in front of him, with such damage, it is impossible without more than 100,000 yuan. It can be said that a year's salary was spit out in an instant. Smelly boy, pay up. When Wang Li saw a large group of people surrounding him, his face sneered and looked at Yi Chen in front of him. Just a stinky boy, this time, don't think about leaving without paying money. Can you please explain yourself? It was you who hit me. Yi Chen was also displeased when he heard this. Why do you want me to pay? I haven't asked you to pay. It can be said that even if you have money, you can't blackmail like this. Why? Because mine is a Ferrari, and yours is just a broken electric car. Wang Li sneered when he heard this. Even if I want to pay, it doesn't matter if I buy you an electric car. It's only a few thousand yuan. Do you know how much my Ferrari is? But yours is 10,000 times more. Such a broken electric car usually costs only 3 or 4,000. And his Ferrari is more than 20 million. Yi Chen heard this and his face was gloomy. What kind of crooked reasoning is this? Whoosh 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 beep, beep beep. At this time, the sound of a car horn came, and then a luxury car came into everyone's sight. Fuck, Lamborghini, and it's a limited edition. When they saw what kind of luxury car was rushing towards them, everyone's faces were shocked. The limited edition Lamborghini is worth 40 million. I didn't expect that there would be such a sports car in their community. It was the first time I saw it. No, run, it's coming. However, what they didn't expect was that the Lamborghini in front of them rushed over directly and ran rampant. It looked like a road killer. My Ferrari. Don't. When Wang Li, who was still proud at the side, saw the Lamborghini rushing towards his Ferrari, his heart was bleeding. Bang! There was a loud noise, and the Ferrari in front of him was sunken. As for the Lamborghini rushing in front of him, it was basically not much better, and it was completely unrecognizable. It hurts. It's so exciting. I haven't played bumper cars for a long time. A voice came from the Lamborghini, with a strong excitement. It was a woman. So beautiful. This leg can be played for years. When Yi Chen saw a slender jade foot sticking out from the Lamborghini, his face was shocked. Black silk. The pink high heels were inlaid with sparkling rubies. They looked so scary. Who is this? So beautiful. When everyone saw the woman coming out of the Lamborghini in front of them, their faces were confused, stunned, and shocked, and their jaws almost dropped to the ground. She was wearing a white dress that seemed to be carefully carved by God. Her long hair was as neat and fine as black satin, her face was exquisite and perfect, and her eyebrows were light pencil drawings. She had long eyelashes, big clear and lively eyes, a beautiful nose and cherry mouth, a swan neck like white jade, beautiful shoulders, butterfly bones, beautiful waist, and beautiful legs with proportions that defy the heavens. Her front peak was like the most beautiful mountain, her beautiful buttocks were plump and straight, revealing endless temptation, her skin was as smooth as cream, as if it could be blown away, and her temperament was pure and beautiful. Fuck. White dress and black stockings. When the people next to her saw it, their faces became greedy. It can be said that the beauty in front of them was simply defying the heavens. Ta-da-da. While everyone was stunned, and Yi Chen was stunned, there was a sound of high heels hitting the ground. The beauty in front of him finally stopped in front of Yi Chen and looked over with a pair of beautiful eyes. What a nice smell. Yi Chen became intoxicated by the beauty in front of him. The faint fragrance on her body was so good that it made people linger. Brother, long time no see. What's wrong? I haven't seen you for a while, and you are stunned when you see your ninth sister. The girl in front of him smiled slightly and pinched Yi Chen's face when Yi Chen was shocked. Still as handsome. Sure enough, my brother is different. Brother. Ninth sister. Yi Chen was stunned when he heard it. As if he thought of something and suddenly realized it. Could it be that this girl is his reward just now, the ninth sister? Ninth sister Yi Chen. Character. Strong personality, hot temper, stunning beauty, famous Ungjun real estate CEO. Attributes. Brother control, sister control. Height. 175. Bust. 36e. At this time, in Yi Chen's mind, a series of various information about the girl in front of him appeared. This is my ninth sister. Looking at the introduction of his ninth sister in front of him, Yi Chen's face was shocked. His ninth sister was actually a real estate president, and the famous Ungjun real estate CEO. This identity is too outrageous. Brother Yi Chen, the ninth sister has prepared a big gift for you. Wait for the ninth sister to solve the problem in front of her first. Yi Chen pinched Yi Chen's face and looked at Wang Li next to him, with sharp eyes and a gloomy face in an instant. This guy actually dared to bully his brother. Looking for death. Chapter 3. Those who come out to experience life are all masters. What do you want to do? I tell you, I'm not easy to mess with. When Wang Li next to him saw Yi Chen suddenly looking at him, he didn't know why he was a little scared and took 2 steps back. Isn't it obvious what I want to do? You dare to bully my brother. Do you really think I can be bullied at will? Yi Chen heard it, and the corners of her mouth slightly raised, looking at Wang Li in front of her. Now, my Lamborghini has been hit like this by your Ferrari. Tell me, how should you compensate? It can be said that he dared to blackmail her brother and really thought that she could be manipulated at will. Impossible. It was obviously you who hit me. Wang Li heard it, and his face became even gloomier. Unexpectedly, he was bitten back now. Sure, I hit you. If you hadn't parked your broken car in the middle of the road, I would have hit your car. Yi Chen heard it, and her voice became even colder. Tell me, how do you want to compensate? I don't have many Lamborghinis. When I bought them, it was about 45 million. 45 million. Wang Li heard this and his eyes widened. Not much, not much. 45 million, he couldn't afford it at all. Impossible. You want me to compensate you? Absolutely impossible. Finally, Wang Li's voice became even colder. Is it impossible? In that case, let's let the relevant people solve it. Yi Chen heard it, nodded, and took out his Huawei P30. Wait, what do you want? When Yi Chen was about to make a call, Wang Li's face was covered with cold sweat. This time, I didn't expect that I would lose more than I gained. Tragedy. I don't want anything. If you dare to bully my brother, you must be prepared to be bullied by me. I tell you, I am a brother control. Yi Chen heard it and her face became more serious and solemn. Today's matter is written off. I don't have time to talk to you. I still have to help my brother find happiness. Looking at Wang Li in front of him, he said seriously. Write it off. Wang Li's heart was bleeding as he looked at his Ferrari, whose hood was basically deformed. In this situation, it would cost more than 1 million to repair it. But now, it was written off. It was too painful. Why, you don't want to? Yi Zhen frowned when she heard it. In that case, I'll let my lawyer team go with you. Wait, I do. When Wang Li heard about the lawyer team, he gave in. This time, he accepted his fate. Otherwise, the lawsuit would affect not only himself, but also his company. In that case, then let's do it. Brother Yi Chen, let's go. Yi Zhen heard it, nodded with satisfaction, came to Yi Chen, hugged Yi Chen's neck, and left. Sister Ju, let go, I'm suffocating. Feeling a soft feeling coming, Yi Chen's face was a little hot. Although he was very reluctant, he really couldn't breathe. Sure enough, it was worthy of being a 36E. There was no burying of this size. My electric bike. Yi Chen looked anxious as he looked at his electric bike. I still have to deliver food. What food? With Sister 9 here, I have a chance. Yi Zhen saw it and shook her head. But, I've already taken a few orders, Sister 9. Yi Chen quickly came out of his arms and explained. Don't worry. Just let Xiaobai deliver it for you. Let's go do something big. Yi Zhen heard it and said. Here it comes. What's coming? Yi Chen heard it and looked confused. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Fuck. However, the next moment, a Lamborghini Veneno rushed over from a distance. The last drift, bringing a cloud of dust, stopped in front of Yi Chen. This made Yi Chen almost scared to death. How could these people drive so fast? Bang! The car door opened, and a figure of a woman in professional clothes walked out of the Lamborghini. The white clothes were clean and neat, with a first-class face. Miss, your Lamborghini Venom is here. Is there anything else you can do for me? The woman in front of him said respectfully when she saw Yi Zhen, who was hugging Yi Chen's neck. Xiaobai, take care of that Lamborghini for me. Also, help my brother deliver the remaining takeouts to that electric car. Yi Zhen saw it, nodded, pointed to the electric car next to him, and said. Takeout. Xiaobai was a little surprised when she heard it, and her brows slightly frowned. Yes, my brother is too willful. He said he wanted to experience life. There is no way. Even if he is tied up, I will tie him back. I don't want to see my brother suffer. Yi Zhen heard it, pinched Yi Chen's face, and said. I know, miss, I will ask someone to come and deal with it right away. Xiaobai heard it and nodded. Sister, slow down, it hurts. Yi Chen was helpless. He was completely pulled to the Lamborghini Venom by Yi Zhen, and then he left in a flash. Hey, I have a broken Lamborghini here, come and take care of it. Looking at Yi Zhen who was leaving, Xiaobai shook his head helplessly and made a phone call. Young master is so willful, even if you come out to experience life, you shouldn't be like this. Seeing a dilapidated electric car next to him, Xiaobai shook his head helplessly and made another phone call. Drive the red Ferrari in the garage to me, I want to help you deliver takeaway. Takeaway. On the other end of the phone, the middle-aged man was obviously stunned. I'll send you the address, and give you 10 minutes. Xiaobai hung up the phone after he finished speaking. This kind of delivery to experience life is simply asking for trouble. I really don't know if my son's head was kicked by a donkey, and he is willing to experience life like this. Secretary Xiaobai. In 8 minutes, a red Ferrari rushed in from outside. Well, not late, very good. Xiaobai saw it, nodded, and took out a few takeaways from the electric car. You wait here for the car repairman to come, the lady's Lamborghini is broken. After saying that, he left in a cloud of dust. Yes, when the two middle-aged men heard it, they could only nod and wait quietly. This, Wang Li, who was next to him, was completely stunned when he saw it. Delivering food, coming out to experience life. My God, just a subordinate, he can actually drive a Ferrari Phantom. How terrifying is the identity of that person just now. When Wang Li thought that he almost wanted to go against them, he trembled. Can't afford to offend. Can't afford to offend. Those who come out to experience life are all masters. The guys who deliver food are the biggest of the big guys. Chapter 4. Sister 9 wants me to go on a blind date, please recommend, collect. Sister Ju, where are we going? On the other hand, on a street, watching the vehicles around him avoid and retreat 3 feet. Yi Chen's face was puzzled, and he looked at Yi Zhen in the driver's seat. It can be said that getting a system for no reason has already made him very excited. And now, there is such a hot sister. This is simply a dream. Where else can we go? Of course, it's for you to go on a blind date. Sister Ju promised them that she must find a beautiful wife for you. Otherwise, your 8 sisters will tear me apart. Yi Zhen in the driver's seat heard it and her face became serious. If you are not old enough to start a family, Sister Ju would not want to give you to others. It would be so nice to hold you in my arms. Yi Zhen's words made Yi Chen not know what to say. Yes, this is very Sister Ju. 8 sisters. However, Yi Chen looked shocked as if he had caught something. Impossible. Could it be that the system gave him not only Sister Ju, but 9 sisters? My goodness. Well, what's wrong with you? You didn't lose your memory, did you? I'm the 9th sister, so of course you have 9 sisters. Yi Zhen heard and nodded. Okay. We're here, go. Brother. Come on. Strive for success. Although I don't want others to get you, I still wish you happiness. After stopping the car, Yi Zhen's face became serious. Wait, 9th sister, where are you going? Yi Chen heard and was confused. Who is my blind date? It can be said that there was no information at all, and he was asked to go on a blind date for no reason. Is it fake? Yeah, I was too sad to forget. Yi Zhen heard and took out his mobile phone. At table 18 in Starbucks, his name is Li Min, you can see him when you go in, he's a very nice person. Okay, I'll go and see. Yi Chen heard and could only nod and walk towards the Starbucks in front of him. Hey, brother Yi Chen, 9th sisters meet. There's no more. Looking at Yi Chen who was leaving, Yi Zhen shook his head helplessly. Xiao Bai, what's the matter? Looking at the caller ID in front of him, he quickly answered the phone. Miss, weren't we talking about a piece of land before? Now, they sent someone over, saying they want to have a good talk with us. The time is 2 p.m. Xiao Bai's voice came. I'm still looking for a blind date for brother Yi Chen. Yi Zhen heard it, her face a little helpless. Turn it off. Miss, no. Don't you want the young master to get married and start a family so quickly? In that case, why don't you let it go? Let the young master find it himself, maybe he can find a better one. A forced melon is not sweet. I don't care whether it's sweet or not, as long as my brother likes it, I have to make do with it. After all, it's just a hole. Yi Zhen's face was serious and solemn. Miss, pay attention to your image. Pay attention to your image. Okay, I get it, let my brother find it himself. But as long as he likes it, I have to make it. Yes. Miss, I'll send you a location, come find me. Yi Zhen heard it and hung up the phone. Sir, who are you looking for? On the other hand, in Starbucks, a waiter nodded and smiled when he saw Yi Chen coming in. Excuse me, where is table 18? Yi Chen heard it and asked without saying anything. Over there, at the corner. The waiter heard it, smiled and answered. Hello, are you Li Min? When Yi Chen came to table 18, he saw a beautiful woman sitting in front of him, smiled and asked. She is indeed a beautiful woman, but she is still not as beautiful as his 9th sister. Yes, you are the person Aunt Wang said, Yi Chen. When Li Min saw Yi Chen, his brows frowned slightly. A delivery man. Such a person also came here for a blind date, is he crazy? Yes. Yi Chen heard it, nodded, and sat down in front of Li Min. In that case, let's get straight to the point. Do you have a car? I think so. I don't know. My 9th sister should have quite a few cars. Does a Lamborghini Veneno count? There's one outside. When Yi Chen saw Li Min's disdainful look, his face sneered a little. I'm sorry for this blind date, 9th sister. Such a person is totally unsuitable. Lamborghini Veneno. Are you sure? Li Min heard it and was shocked. Lamborghini Veneno, this is a luxury car worth more than 80 million. Could it be that this person is also out to experience life? Yeah, I just crashed a Lamborghini, so I can only drive a Lamborghini Veneno. Yi Chen nodded. Yeah, it's okay. Another question, do you have a house? Li Min heard it, his face was excited, and he asked quickly. Hello, brother, what's the matter? Did the blind date succeed? Yi Chen heard it and made a phone call. Yi Zhen's voice came from the other end of the phone. No, Sister 9, do we have a house? Yi Chen heard, shook his head, and raised the corners of his mouth slightly. Your Sister 9 is in the real estate business. Ungjun Real Estate, how could there be no houses? Which house do you want? Sister 9 will get it for you right away, a sea view room. A villa, or Thompson first class. I see, Sister 9. Yi Chen heard, nodded, and hung up the phone. Yeah, last question, do you have any savings? Li Min heard, his face became even more excited. Ungjun Real Estate, this is a giant in China's real estate. Unexpectedly, this kid's background is so terrifying. Now, as long as he can take him down, won't he be worry-free for the rest of his life? Whatever you want, you can't help but be excited. Of course, I don't have much in my bank card at the moment, maybe 100 million. Yi Chen heard it, nodded, and said seriously. As for how much money my 9th sister has, I don't know. Fuck. Such a rich man still needs a blind date, is it fake? What Yi Chen didn't know was that in the seat next to him, an internet celebrity was writing live, and the live broadcast room was completely boiling. Yes, Engjun Real Estate, this is a real estate giant in China. Fuck, such a person is still delivering food, are you kidding me? It seems that those who deliver food in the future should make good friends. If you are not careful, you will be a rich second generation. Others come out to experience life, we come out to be tortured by life. How can it be the same? Who is this bitch? With this look, she is worthy of a blind date with such a handsome guy. I am prettier than him. That's it. That's it. Handsome guy, I also want a blind date. Which Starbucks is this in Shanghai? For a moment, the live broadcast room was completely boiling. Originally, she only had 20,000 to 30,000 fans, but with gifts flying everywhere, her fans increased to more than 100,000 in an instant. I think we are a perfect match. As the live broadcast room was boiling, a smile appeared on Li Min's face. You are very good, the one I've been waiting for. Shameless. Shameless. Green tea bitch. Handsome guy, don't agree. After turning off the lights, you're still a hole. And you're not pretty either. That's right. That's right. Don't agree. Chapter 5 Lamborghini Poison, please collect and recommend. I don't think we are suitable. While everyone was resisting, Yi Chen's voice came out and refused. Wait, how can you know that we are not suitable without trying? Li Min saw Yi Chen standing up, and his face became anxious. This is a rich son-in-law. He must hurry up. So handsome. Such a handsome guy, even if he has no money, I will stick to him. Quote, that's right. That's right. So handsome. This green tea bitch is not worthy at all. Just ordinary. Fuck. I didn't expect that he is still a handsome guy. I said, can you come closer? Let's see the handsome guy. When Yi Chen stood up, the live broadcast room was boiling again. Why do you want to try? Yi Chen heard it, and his face fell instantly. When I came in just now, you saw me wearing a yellow dress and knew that I was a delivery man. Didn't you think I was very unworthy? And now, after knowing that I have a car, a house and savings, you want to try it again. Isn't it just greedy for my money? It can be said that Yi Chen can't stand this kind of people the most. I'm sincere. Li Min heard this and gave up. Sincerely, if that's the case, then I want to ask you, is this your first time? Yi Chen heard this and raised his lips slightly. If it's not, why do you say you're sincere? Yes, you want to say that when you're young and impulsive, you met a scumbag. Looking at Li Min who was hesitant to speak, Yi Chen shook his head. But, if you didn't want to, could he force you? Flies don't bite seamless eggs. Why don't you think about whether you are too ostentatious and too open? Finally, you are tired of playing and want to find an honest man. As for the previous one, just call him a scumbag. But, you know what? Although I am an honest man, I am also an honest man who likes cleanliness. You should find someone else to take over. Besides, even if it is your first time, I don't think we can give it a try. Since we can't share hardships, why do you always want to share wealth? Yes, you want a better life. But do you know what? The good life of us boys is fought for bit by bit. When we were fighting, what were you doing? You were pursuing so-called love and exercising with so-called scumbags. Do you think I need to give it a try with such a person? Waiter, check out. After that, he threw down 200 and left. Fuck, what a man. That's right. This man has spoken the voice of the general public of us boys. No one's wealth comes out of thin air. Bah, scumbag, tooey, green tea bitch. Even if this man is a rich second generation, I will accept him. Brother, how is the blind date? When Yi Chen came to the Lamborghini Veneno and opened the door, a delicate body curled up in the driver's seat. You can see the scenery in front of the chest, the deep ravines. What else can I do? Sister 9, I say, can you not arrange a blind date for me? I don't like this. Looking at his sister 9, Yi Chen had to say that she was very charming. Okay, since you don't want to, then I, Sister 9, will not force you even if I risk being torn into pieces by the 8 sisters. But, if you ever have someone you like, you must tell Sister 9. Even if she doesn't agree, your Sister 9 will make her agree. A forced melon is not sweet. How can you know if you don't twist it? Yi Chen heard it and nodded. Yes, Sister 9, I support you. Yi Chen finally breathed a sigh of relief after hearing this. By the way, brother, your Sister 9 has to go to discuss business later, so she won't be able to accompany you. When I have time in the future, Sister 9 will come to play with you again. Here are the things for you, the villa, bank card, and license plate, I have prepared them for you. Just have fun. Recently, Sister 9 is only free at night. Yi Zhen handed Yi Chen a backpack, and her face became serious. Yes, Sister 9, I know. Looking at the backpack handed over by Yi Zhen, without saying much, she quickly took it. Okay, do you like this Lamborghini Veneno? If you like it, it will be given to you. After seeing Yi Chen nod, Yi Zhen opened the car door. Sister will go back first, you have fun by yourself, and pay attention to safety. After that, she got on a Rolls-Royce next to her and drove away. Lamborghini Veneno, property certificate, bank card. Looking at the things in the backpack, Yi Chen's face became excited. It's really good to have a Sister 9 at home. At least, I now have what others have fought for their whole lives. House, car, savings, I have them all, and a lot more. I'm going to start writing about my life without you. At this time, the phone rang. This made Yi Chen see that he answered the phone quickly without any hesitation. Hello, Xiao Wen, what's the matter? Yi Chen, let's meet tonight. I have something I want to talk to you about. Do you know what day it is today? A woman's voice came from the other end of the phone. Of course, today is the first anniversary of our acquaintance. I prepared a gift for you. Yi Chen heard it and nodded. Xiao Wen, the girlfriend he met when college was about to end. Now, it has also been a year. It can be said that Wu Wen is also about to graduate. Originally, they planned to wait until Wu Wen graduated, and then they would work hard together, buy a car, buy a house, and save money together. But now, there is no need, I have a car, a house, and savings. In that case, you should know the place where we met before. We will meet there at 7 o'clock tonight, okay? Yes, I know, 7 o'clock tonight, right. I understand. Yi Chen heard and nodded. That's it. Yes, it seems that this thing is no longer useful, and it should be replaced. He took out a ring from his pocket, and a diamond ring lay quietly in the box. This was bought by Yi Chen after graduation while working part-time. It can be said that it is quite expensive, 66,000. Now, not only does he have a car, a house, and savings, but he also has a powerful ninth sister. Such low-level things are simply not enough. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Without saying much, the Lamborghini Venom sped away. Target, jewelry store. What, shall buy? Are you telling the truth? My brother already has a girlfriend. You are not lying to me. Damn it. Such a piece of trash, I will cut her off. On the other hand, at Ungjun Real Estate Company, Yi Zhen looked at the information in front of her and her face was angry. Miss, calm down. Calm down. I can't swallow this breath, I will kill her. How dare she treat my brother like this? Where is my 40-meter sword? Bring it up. Chapter 6 Buyer's Jewelry Store Plate Please collect, recommend. Downstairs of a jewelry store in Shanghai, a Lamborghini Veneno stopped, attracting many people's attention. This is the latest limited edition. And only 3 units were released worldwide, how could it not attract attention? Fuck, can delivery men drive such a rich car now? This is a Lamborghini Veneno worth more than 80 million. When they saw who came out of the Lamborghini Veneno, they were all shocked. Yellow clothes, my god. Isn't this a delivery man? It can be said that the logo of Manhwa Takeaway is this kind of yellow clothes. Oh my god. A delivery man actually drives a Lamborghini Veneno, are you kidding me? Some people saw it and wanted to cry but had no tears, and their worldview was completely destroyed. Don't you know that others are out here to experience life? Hey, the local tycoons nowadays are out here to experience life like this, what should we do as delivery men? Let's go here. Yi Chen, who got off the Lamborghini Veneno, looked at the jewelry store in front of him with excitement. Without saying much, he walked in quickly. This is the largest jewelry store in the Magic City. It can be said that there are all kinds of jewelry here. Welcome. When the person at the front desk saw Yi Chen coming in, he did not look down on Yi Chen because he was wearing a yellow dress. He also had a professional smile on his face and made a gesture of invitation to Yi Chen. Excuse me, how can I help you, sir? The waiter next to him saw it and asked respectfully without saying much. Where is your diamond ring? Yi Chen saw it and nodded. Sir, our diamond rings are on the 3rd floor. And jade is on the 2nd floor. The 1st floor is jewelry. The waiter heard it and said quickly. The elevator is over there. Thank you. Yi Chen heard it, and walked to the side without stopping. There was no way, he only wanted the diamond ring at the moment. As for the other things, he would talk about it later. Young master, is there anything I can help you with? When Yi Chen took the elevator to the 3rd floor, the waiter on the 3rd floor smiled faintly and greeted him. I'll just take a look first. If I need anything, I'll ask you for help. Yi Chen heard it, waved his hand, and walked to the side. I didn't expect that there are so many diamond rings here. Looking at the dazzling array of diamond rings in front of him, Yi Chen's face was a little shocked. Indeed, there were a lot of them. The various types of diamond rings were dazzling and overwhelming. Which type should I buy for Xiao Wen? Looking at the diamond rings in front of him, Yi Chen was a little at a loss for a moment. It can be said that before, he had no money and could only make do with it. But now that he has money, he doesn't know which one to buy. It's really painful and helpless. Oh, isn't this our Yi Chen? What's wrong? So free. While Yi Chen was thinking about what kind of diamond ring he should give to Xiao Wen, a sneer came from the side, with a strong disdain. I say, your mouth is still so dirty. A dog can't change its eating habits. When Yi Chen saw a young man and a woman walking by, his face suddenly darkened, and his voice was also not polite at all. Yi Chen knew who this was. He used to work in a company, with a salary of 8,000 a month, which was relatively easy. But then, he was framed during the election and lost. The loss was not over yet, and he was still suppressed by this guy every day. The workload increased by more than 2 times. In the end, Yi Chen, who was young and energetic, resigned in anger. Instead of sitting in the office for 996 every day and earning 7,000 or 8,000 yuan, it is better to deliver food. There is also 1,000 a month, and you can also exercise. There is no guarantee either. In contrast, Yi Chen chose the latter. And now, the facts prove how correct Yi Chen's choice is. With a god-level food delivery system and 9 sisters, his life has reached its peak. Li Cheng heard it, his face became even gloomier. However, he sneered. I thought you had a good job after resigning. I didn't expect that you were actually delivering food. Do you want me to help you? There shouldn't be anyone here ordering food. It can be said that this time, seeing Yi Chen delivering food, if he didn't kick him when he was down, he wouldn't be Li Cheng. I deliver food, it seems that you have nothing to do with it. Yi Chen heard it and sneered. It really has nothing to do with it. But, people like you, are you qualified to come here? Li Cheng heard it, frowned. Whether you are qualified or not is not up to you. Yi Chen didn't care about Li Cheng's words at all. Dear, which one do you want to buy? Li Cheng heard it, his face was depressed, as if he thought of something, and looked at the woman next to him. This. The woman next to him heard it and pointed to a diamond ring worth more than 80,000. Waiter, help me pack it up. Li Cheng heard it, nodded, waved to the waiter next to him, and looked at Yi Chen provocatively. That's it. Yi Chen saw it and shook his head. Waiter, I want all the diamond rings here, including his. All of them. The waiter who was just about to help pack heard it, his face froze, and looked at Yi Chen. Sir, are you sure? All the diamond rings here add up to at least several hundred million. Such a young man in yellow clothes actually said that he wanted all the diamond rings here. This is too scary. Sure. I don't like lying. Yi Chen heard it and nodded. No, I still don't want it. Haha. Yi Chen, don't brag like this. I advise you to go back and have a good sleep. This is not a place you can come to. Don't you know who you are? Pay attention to your identity. Otherwise, it's really ridiculous. Li Cheng heard it, his face became even more sarcastic. Want to show off? Now, you're exposed. It may be okay to show off in a general food stall, but you want to show off in this jewelry store. Impossible. That's it. Don't you know who you are? It's really ridiculous. The woman next to him heard it and sneered. You stink of sweat, you'd better go back to deliver your takeaway. Otherwise, it will be your fault for polluting the air. You look down on people, haven't you said enough? Yi Chen heard it, his face gloomy, and looked at the waiter. Let those who can manage you come over, I bought this jewelry store. Chapter 7 You are nothing in front of me. I bought this jewelry store. When Yi Chen's words reached Li Cheng and others' ears, it was like a bolt from the blue. You bought this jewelry store, Yi Chen, you are not crazy. Do you know how much a jewelry store like this costs? Li Cheng heard this and his face became angry. He really treated him as a fool. He pretended to be so arrogant, without any sense of propriety. Yi Chen was just a delivery man. He had the money to buy a jewelry store. Could he be crazy? It was absolutely impossible. In the Magic City, such a jewelry store would not cost more than 10 billion. Not to mention, the jewelry store also included its land. Such a store would not cost tens of billions. Even if he had some disputes with Yi Chen, he didn't need to treat him as a fool and rub his IQ on the ground. Bought it. As for the waiter next to him, his face was even more stunned when he heard it. I have heard of people buying jewelry, buying diamond rings, and buying jade. I have never heard of buying an entire jewelry store just to buy jewelry. This is too scary. No, I'm normal, but I just can't stand some people pretending to be cool in front of me. Yi Chen heard it, his face became serious, and he looked at the waiter. Let your manager come out. Yes. The waiter next to him heard it and could only leave in a hurry. Yi Chen, now, let me see how you can make it up. Seeing the waiter leaving, Li Cheng's face became even gloomier. How to make it up? Use money to make it up. Yi Chen heard it and didn't pay any attention at all. Thump thump thump. In less than a minute, a woman's figure came quickly from the side. With a first-class face and a charming figure, it is obvious that she should be the manager. I am the owner of this store. I heard that you want to buy my store. When Li Yu heard that someone wanted to buy her store, her face became even more excited and she walked over quickly. It can be said that Li Yu's other business was not going well a few days ago, and she needed a huge amount of working capital. Unfortunately, most of her money was invested in the jewelry store and she couldn't withdraw it at all. Now, when she heard that someone was going to buy her shop, she couldn't help but get excited and hurried over. Yes, name a price. Looking at Li Yu in front of him, Yi Chen nodded and looked serious. Well, the value of the jewelry in my shop is about 2 billion. If you add the land, shop, etc., it's 3 billion. I can sell it to you. How about it? Li Yu heard it, measured Yi Chen, and didn't look down on him at all. It can be said that reaching her level, she no longer has the phenomenon of looking down on others. As long as someone wants to buy something, she is a businessman, no matter who he is, even if he is a beggar, she will sell it to him if she has money. What's more, now maybe a beggar is richer than a white-collar worker. Okay, swipe the card. Yi Chen heard it, nodded, and took out a bank card. Boss, this is what you asked me to get. After swiping the card, a woman hurried over from the side. This is the transfer book of the store, this is the property certificate. Li Yu saw it, and handed it to Yi Chen without saying much. You just need to sign it, and everything here will be yours. It can be said that this time, she finally had enough funds to do other things. Okay. Now, the store belongs to you, bye. After saying that, Li Yu left. Boss. The waiter next to him saw it and was respectful. How is it possible? Li Cheng was completely dumbfounded when he saw it. How is it possible? This is impossible. It's not true. This brat, he obviously had nothing before. Even the position of a team leader, they fought for a long time, and he even used some other means to get it. And now, what he didn't expect was that Yi Chen had so much money after just a few months. 3 billion, it was easy to take it out. Doesn't this mean that Yi Chen's assets are far more than just 3 billion? This is too terrifying. Now, please leave. I don't welcome you two here. Yi Chen saw it, his face sneered, looking at Li Cheng in front of him, his voice was a little colder. Before, Yi Chen fought hard for the position of a team leader. But now, I don't need it, I have money. Yi Chen, don't be so arrogant. To you, I am a customer. Customers are God, don't you know that? Believe it or not, I will complain to you. When Li Cheng heard what Yi Chen said, his face was angry and he even roared. He wanted to ridicule Yi Chen, but he didn't expect that he would lose more than he gained. It can be said that it is even more uncomfortable than eating a cockroach. It's too painful, isn't it? Complain. Whatever. Customers are God, but I can treat you as a customer. Yi Chen heard, his face sneered, his eyes looked disdainful, and he looked at the security guard next to him. Come on, get out of here. You. Li Cheng heard, and saw the security guard walking step by step, his face became even more angry. Wait for me, Yi Chen, I will definitely make you regret it. Who doesn't talk big? Are you qualified to make me regret it now? Yi Chen heard, sneered, and shook his head. You are not qualified. Okay, you wait for me. Li Cheng saw, his face flushed. However, the only thing he could do was to leave obediently. This time, he admitted his defeat. He couldn't help but admit his defeat. From now on, this person is not allowed to come in. Do you understand? Tell the other employees. Otherwise, don't blame me for firing you. After Yi Chen finished speaking, he took a few diamond rings from the side and turned to leave. Yes, the waiter next to him could only nod when he heard it. It can be said that the local tyrants really know how to play. Yi Chen, stop right there. When Yi Chen came out to the door, Li Cheng was already waiting, and his face was even more angry. What's wrong? Do you want to be my dog? Yi Chen saw it, and shook his head without caring at all. Please, you are not qualified enough. You are not even worthy of carrying my shoes. You, stop right there. Li Cheng heard it, his face was even more angry, and he kept following. Bang. However, Yi Chen ignored it at all, opened the door of the Lamborghini Veneno, and sneered. What you want, I already have it. What I have, you may not have in your lifetime. You, why are you so arrogant in front of me? After saying that, he left in a cloud of dust. You, poof. Li Cheng heard it, and saw the Lamborghini Veneno leaving in a cloud of dust, and spit out a mouthful of blood, and fainted. Don't hit people like this. I finally used some tricks to become the team leader. But in the eyes of others, Yi Chen, I am nothing. Chapter 8 You Can't Give Me Anything. Linghai Park, as a park next to Magic City University, can be said to have a large number of couples coming to this place every night. As for what they do, it is needless to say. In Linghai Park, the lights in almost every place are dim, not very bright nor very dark. It can also be said that it is just right. At this time, next to the snack stand in Linghai Park, a young man held 2 cups of milk tea and 2 roasted chicken legs in his hands, with a faint smile on his face and ordinary clothes. Although he is rich, Yi Chen has no time to buy clothes or anything. In Yi Chen's eyes, as long as the clothes are not dirty, it's fine. As for brand names, it doesn't matter at all. As long as you feel comfortable, it doesn't matter if it is not a brand name. And if you feel uncomfortable, even if it is a brand name, it will make people very unhappy. The right one is the best. This has always been Yi Chen's principle. Pearl milk tea, roasted chicken legs, these are Xiao Wen's favorite things. Looking at the snacks in his hand, Yi Chen nodded. Without saying much, he walked towards a bridge in Linghai Park. Hey, have you heard? I heard someone is confessing their love on the bridge. It's very romantic. When Yi Chen nodded and walked towards the bridge, the people around him were excited and curious. Really? Yes. And he's a rich second generation, driving a Ferrari. He also used RMB to make a big heart shape, which is estimated to be worth tens of thousands. Even the roses, I heard there are 99 of them, and each rose is folded with many 100 yuan RMB. So, the roses alone are worth tens of thousands. Add it all up, at least 100,000 RMB. Not to mention other things. Fuck, such a rich man, I think I should go and see. Go. I heard there are 20-carat diamond rings and so on. In short, it's very luxurious. Isn't this common? Hearing the conversations of the people around him, Yi Chen smiled slightly and didn't care much. It can be said that Linghai Park, as a park near Magic City University, has many college students every night. Of course, almost every day, someone confesses their love in Linghai Park, and some newlyweds take wedding photos in Linghai Park. All of this is nothing new, okay. Still so excited, I really don't understand why. It's just a different way of confessing. Wow, so handsome. When Yi Chen walked towards the bridge of Linghai Park, there were screams from girls and sighs from boys. Promise him, promise him, promise him. This. When Yi Chen looked over inadvertently, he was stunned and froze. Like a bolt from the blue, his mind went blank. How is it possible? Looking at the woman in front of him wearing a white wedding dress, light makeup, and a slender figure, Yi Chen didn't believe it. How is this possible? The woman in front of him is Li Wen. His own Xiao Wen. And now, she has become someone else's girlfriend. This is impossible. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. With an angry face and deep anger in his eyes, Yi Chen pushed away the crowd of onlookers. Before the man next to him could come to his senses, he grabbed his tie. I say, brother, what are you doing? Wang Ni smiled slightly when he saw Yi Chen's aggressive attitude, and was completely confused. Bang! What are you doing? Believe it or not, I will beat you to death. However, less than 3 seconds later, a fist hit Wang Ni's face fiercely. This made Wang Ni fall to the ground all of a sudden. To be honest, after delivering food for a few months, Yi Chen's strength has increased a lot. Yi Chen, what do you want to do? When Yi Chen walked over, Li Wen next to him suddenly stopped in front of Yi Chen with a cold face. What do I want to do? This should be what I ask. What do you want to do? Yi Chen saw it, his face became even more angry, and he roared. Originally, I went out happily today, but I didn't expect to encounter such a mess. Damn it, master. Several bodyguards came over quickly and surrounded Yi Chen completely. It's okay. Wang Ni saw it, waved his hand, and stood up. Xiao Wen, is this the ex-boyfriend you mentioned? Looking at Yi Chen in front of him, Wang Ni's face was a little gloomy, and blood seeped out of the corner of his mouth. The punch from this guy just now was really fierce. Fuck, something happened. It's time to eat melons. Ex-boyfriend, current boyfriend, a large-scale rollover scene, it's really amazing. Not necessarily the ex-boyfriend. Maybe he cheated, and the previous boyfriend became the ex-boyfriend. Fuck, it's okay, girls nowadays are really good at playing. There are so many spare tires. No way. Who made men more than women? Now they don't ride on your head, thank God. What's the point of leaving you a green grassland? It seems to be another green tea bitch, a gold digger bitch. Otherwise, it's impossible. This one is also very handsome. Dressed up well, and crushed this rich second generation. If it's not for money, why else can it be? Ask what love is in the world, it makes people promise with money. Ex-boyfriend. When Yi Chen heard that he was actually called an ex-boyfriend, his face became even more angry, and his voice was full of strong anger. I didn't expect that the cabbage I raised would be picked by someone else in the end. If I didn't come here, wouldn't I be stupid enough to help others count money? Yi Chen, let's break up. We are not suitable for each other. Today, I asked you to come here to tell you this. Let's end it. Looking at Yi Chen in front of her, Li Wen's face was serious. Break up? Why? Yi Chen frowned when he heard it. You can't give me anything. You don't have the ability to give me what I want. And he, Wang Ni, has the ability to give me the life and happiness I want. Li Wen heard it and shook her head. I can't give you anything. The money for your studies was earned by me working hard. Your living expenses, the money for your cosmetics, the money for your clothes, all of them were given to you by me. I can't give you anything. Yi Chen heard this and sneered even more. I didn't expect that we had agreed to work hard together after graduation. I worked so hard and lived a good life until graduation. In the end, I was left with nothing. Just one sentence, let's break up, and it was completely over. It's really ridiculous. Yi Chen, don't be like this, we are just not suitable. Li Wen heard this and looked anxious. There are still many people around. What's wrong with many people? We agreed to work hard together after graduation. I came out first, eating simple meals every day, and letting you eat and dress well. Now, you graduated, in just one sentence, we are over. Yi Chen heard this and became even more angry. Is there no trust between people? Snap. At this time, a ball of RMB hit Yi Chen's face fiercely. Don't you just want money? This is 200,000 yuan for the breakup fee, that's enough. Wang Ni's words made Yi Chen completely angry. This is too much. Where are the recommendation votes? Vote now. Chapter 9, I'll kill you with money. Now, get out of here. Wang Ni's face was also angry, and his face was burning. It hurts to be punched. 200,000. 200,000. Ha ha ha. Yi Chen laughed even more when he heard it, as if he was crazy. I didn't expect that my 1-year effort is worth 200,000. It's really a lot. Looking at the 200,000 on the ground in front of him, Yi Chen stepped on it fiercely. A lighter appeared in his right hand and he threw it directly over, and it all turned into a blazing fire. Yi Chen, don't be like this. This 200,000, do you know, is your salary for several years. Can't you keep it properly? Let's part ways in peace. Li Wen saw Yi Chen's actions, frowned, and her face became even colder. Originally, she thought Yi Chen would give up when he saw the difficulty. Unexpectedly, now things have exceeded her expectations. She doesn't want to make a big fuss about this. If the classmates of Magic City University knew about it, she still had a month to graduate. This life, it would be unbearable. You want to get rid of me with 200,000 yuan. Do you think I'm a beggar? I don't need anyone's pity. Let's go. Today, I have seen you clearly, Li Wen. Yi Chen sneered when he heard it. Boy, when you think you can easily reach the end, it's not that you are great. You need to think about it. It's that she can accommodate your insignificance. I don't want such a woman. After saying that, he turned and left. As a man, you should be more unrestrained. Cut off when it's time to cut off, instead of forcing to keep it. Stop. Boy, you are looking for death. Wang Ni heard it, as if he thought of something, and his face became even gloomier. He looked at Yi Chen with a strong anger in his eyes. Hit me. This person actually insulted him. Damn it. Yes. The bodyguards next to him heard it, nodded one by one, and walked towards Yi Chen, his hands clattering. Swish swish. Swish beep beep. A whistle sounded, followed by a red Ferrari and a dozen Rolls Royces rushing in from outside. A dragon swung its tail, surrounding both sides of the bridge. Today, I'll see who dares to touch my brother's hair. I'll make him eat all the grass in this park. A cold and angry voice came from the red Ferrari as everyone was shocked. Bang! The car door opened, and a girl with a beautiful face came out of the Ferrari. She had long legs and wore a red cheongsam, with a frown on her face. She walked up with a pair of red high heels inlaid with rubies. Who is this? The people around saw her, and their faces were puzzled. Such a beautiful woman should be a public figure in the Magic City. But they didn't know her at all. That's not right. Sister 9. Looking at Yi Chen walking over with a group of bodyguards leading the way, Yi Chen's face was shocked. How did Sister 9 know his whereabouts? A big question mark. Silly brother, if you have any trouble, call Sister 9. Sister 9 will rush back as soon as possible even if she has to take a plane. Yi Zhen came to Yi Chen and hugged him all of a sudden. Are you not hurt? Sister 9, I'm almost suffocating. What Yi Chen feared most was Sister 9's embrace. Although it was very soft and very fragrant, it made people nostalgic. But, it would be suffocating. It was too big, and I couldn't breathe. Is this your girlfriend? Looking at Li Wen in front of him, Yi Zhen frowned. No. Is this your ex-girlfriend? Not so good. Not even 1/10 of your Sister 9's appearance, that's it. You're simply dirtying my brother. You. Quote. Li Wen saw and wanted to get angry, but when she saw the tall and strong bodyguards next to her, she could only stomp her feet. As for Wang Ni next to him, for some reason, he was completely stunned at this time. The arrogant arrogance just now was completely extinguished. It was as if he was frozen, completely petrified. Sister 9, how did you know I was here? Looking at Yi Zhen, Yi Chen's face was puzzled. I didn't say where I was going. But my 9th sister knew where I was. It was too incredible. You silly brother, I'll tell you later. Now, let's solve the problem in front of us first. Yi Zhen saw it, shook her head, and her smiling face suddenly became gloomy, looking at Wang Ni. Xiao Ni, I didn't expect that it's only been a few months since I last saw you. You are so capable. You dare to poop and pee on my head. No. Sister Yi Zhen, I didn't mean it. I didn't know he was your brother. Wang Ni's face turned even paler when she heard Yi Zhen's voice. Her body trembled and she explained quickly. Wang Ni knew very well how terrifying this woman was. Not long ago, a family in the Magic City offended Yi Zhen, and was uprooted by Yi Zhen. What exactly is a family? That's the top of the pyramid in the Magic City. Such a powerful family, Yi Zhen, this woman, can be abolished at will. From this, we can see how terrifying it is. In my Wang family, among the big families in the Magic City, can't be ranked at all. If you offend such a person, one sentence can make your Wang family bankrupt. You can't offend this person. You can't offend. You can't afford to offend. You can't offend. It's not intentional. If it's intentional, then it's too bad. It's simply not giving me face. Yi Zhen heard it, her face became even colder, her eyes were gloomy, and she looked at Wang Ni in front of her. 200,000, right. Good. Very good. This lady will use money to kill you. She waved her right hand, and next to her, a sack fell fiercely at Wang Ni. As for Wang Ni, he didn't dare to hide at all. There was blood on his face, and his body fell to the ground. Bang, bang, bang. All of a sudden, more than a dozen sacks were thrown over, completely burying Wang Ni, leaving only half of his face exposed. Little Ni, you are so arrogant. Now, try to be arrogant to your sister. A high-heeled shoe stepped on Wang Ni's face. At this time, Yi Zhen didn't care about her image at all. Dare to bully her brother, it's simply to seek death. Bah! Bully my brother. Bully my brother. I let you bully my brother. After a few fierce kicks, his feet were a little numb. When he saw that Wang Ni didn't say anything, he stopped. You hit me and dirty my shoes. This sentence made Wang Ni want to cry without tears. Why do you hit me if you dirty your shoes? But, does Wang Ni dare to say it? No. Now, is it your turn? You are a green tea bitch and a slut, yet you dare to bully my brother. Finally, Yi Zhen looked at Li Wen with her beautiful eyes. Chapter 10. Even Tianshou is not this good, please recommend and collect. What do you want to do? Seeing Yi Zhen coming over with a strong aura, Li Wen's face turned pale and she took a few steps back. Who is this person? Even Wang Ni didn't dare to resist. You know, Wang Ni's Wang family is worth billions. What are you doing? I really don't know how my brother fell in love with you. I can find someone on the street who is better than you. It seems that my brother is really blind to find a bitch like you as his girlfriend. Yi Zhen saw it and was not polite at all. Sister Ju. Yi Chen heard it and had a cold sweat on his forehead. Can you save some face for me? Brother, you didn't do that kind of thing with this bitch. Otherwise, I will take you to the hospital. Yi Zhen's face was serious and solemn, and he looked at Yi Chen. What's wrong? Yi Chen heard it and his face was confused. What on earth did his sister Ju want to do? She was confused. Sir, this is what I just investigated for the lady. And next to him, Xiao Bai came over and handed Yi Chen a document, his face was also serious. This. When Yi Chen saw the contents of the file, his face became even gloomier. Suddenly, his face was full of black lines. I didn't expect that I would be worse than a spare tire. No wonder you always say that you will have to wait. Ha ha ha. Thank you. Looking at the file in his hand, Yi Chen's 3 views were refreshed. It's okay if there is none. Otherwise, our Yi family may become extinct. Yi Jen heard it and nodded. Pa took the file from Yi Chen's hand and threw it to Li Wen. People like you, I hate you and still feel that it dirty my hands. A woman who doesn't know how to love herself is not worthy of me. Now that we've broken up, don't let me see you in the future. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. Such a woman, it's really okay, change one every few days. Such a person is simply dirtying others. How is it possible? When Li Wen saw the contents of the file, she knelt on the ground, her face full of shock and lost her soul. How could it be possible? How could they investigate his romantic affairs in the hotel so clearly and in such detail? It was too incredible. Brother, let's go. If you want a woman, tell me, I'll introduce you to a few good ones. They are all my best friends. Before Yi Chen could react, a pair of hands hugged his head. Sister Ju, let me go. You'll die like this. Yi Chen was helpless. He couldn't breathe. Why did his sister Ju like this action so much? Oh my god. Silly brother. If I weren't your sister, I would have solved it for you. What's the advantage of this kind of woman? Yi Jen said, and left in a cloud of dust. Master, are you okay? When the bodyguard next to Wang Ni saw Yi Jen leaving in a cloud of dust, he quickly walked towards Wang Ni and helped move the sacks of RMB. It's okay. Wang Ni's face was pale, and blood was flowing from his forehead without him noticing. He snatched the document from Li Wen's hand, and when he saw the information on it, his face turned completely pale. Above his head was a green grassland. When they were dating, Li Wen actually let dozens of different people enter her heart. When she thought of what Yi Chen said just now, she felt that there was a prairie above her head. No wonder, it was always so ing. No. Come on, take me to the hospital quickly. I want to have a full body check. In the end, she even roared directly. If I accidentally win the prize, wouldn't I just have to wait for death? Tragedy. Wang Ni, things are not what you think. Looking at Wang Ni in front of her, Li Wen's face was anxious. Unexpectedly, she actually made a mistake. Now, her only possibility is to hold on to Wang Ni, the rich second generation. Otherwise, she will have nothing. Bang. However, when she grabbed Wang Ni's hand, Wang Ni kicked her hard. This made her figure lie on the ground next to her, her face pale. Don't touch me. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude to you. When she thought that she was actually picking up that kind of casual girl. It can be said that she was just selling out. Wang Ni's heart was vomiting blood. Master. When the bodyguards nearby saw Wang Ni stumbling towards the Ferrari, even his shoes fell off, they quickly followed him. If anything happens to me, I'll kill you. He left with a word and left in a cloud of dust. The people nearby were completely dumbfounded. What's going on? They were just proposing to each other, why are they now enemies? It can be said that he is simply confused. Tian Shu is not so amazing. Who knows, what kind of document is that? It's so lethal. Looking at the document next to him, everyone's face was puzzled. It's just a document, how could it be so lethal? Oh my god, it's so crowded. These are all records of having sex. One person every day, no serious ones. Fuck, no way. It's actually true. Although I've heard of such people, I've never seen them. Now that I see them, I really admire them. When bad girls become bad girls, bad boys have no chance. No wonder they all clamor to go to the hospital, it turns out it's because of this. Oh my god, who would marry such a person in the future? Even if there is no disease, they will get sick. Especially, that kind of disease, there is no medicine to treat it. Yes. No matter how much a girl doesn't love herself, she can't be so horrible. No serious ones. Awesome. Sister Ju, it hurts. No. On the other hand, in a hospital, a young man was pulled by the ear by a girl with a stunning face, and his face was helpless. Her 9th sister really has a hot temper. HMPH. Seeing Yi Chen frowning, Yi Jen finally softened her heart and let go. She sat down on the chair next to her with a report in her hand. Brother, do you know that we are the only one in the Yi family? If you have any problems, the Yi family will have no incense in the future, and I will definitely be scolded to death by my father. Looking at her brother, Yi Jen's face was a little angry. 9th sister, didn't I say it? No, not once. See, this time, please forgive me. 9th sister. Yi Chen saw it and quickly helped massage and pinched Yi Jen's shoulders. It can be said that Yi Jen's figure is very hot. Just helping to massage, you can actually see a large area of white. Hey, you are not a child anymore, and it's uncomfortable to hold it in. But you shouldn't look for this kind of stuff. Yi Zhen heard it and sighed softly. If I weren't your ninth sister, I would just help you forget it. It's just a matter of a hole. It can be said that her brother really made her worry. Ninth sister, where are you going? Seeing Yi Zhen stand up, Yi Chen smiled and quickly followed. Home. It's getting dark. Yes. Chapter 11 Sister 9, I want to deliver takeaway. In a luxurious villa outside the suburbs of Magic City, a red Ferrari drove in. Miss, sir, welcome back. When Yi Chen got off the car, there were already more than a dozen figures waiting quietly. Maid uniform. When Yi Chen saw everyone wearing maid uniforms, his face was shocked and excited. Could it be that his ninth sister also likes this? It seems that I was right, brother, you like maid uniforms. Yi Zhen, who got off the car next to him, saw Yi Chen's eyes shining and his face excited, smiled and nodded, still very satisfied. He only has one younger brother, and the incense of the Yi family needs his younger brother to continue well. Therefore, for what his younger brother likes, Yi Zhen will do his best to help. Of course, which boy doesn't like it? Yi Chen heard it, his face was not red, and his heart was not beating, and he nodded. It can be said that the scene in front of him is what many boys dream of. However, most of them are just dreams. Since you like it, you know what to do next time. Yi Zhen heard it, nodded, and looked at the servants next to her. Maid uniform, got it. Miss. Everyone heard it and nodded one by one. Miss, dinner is ready. Should we take a shower and change clothes first or eat first? The maid next to her saw it and asked. Buy me a few sets of my brother's clothes, and I'll wash them first. Otherwise, there will be too much bad luck. Yi Zhen heard it and walked towards the living room. Miss, it's ready. Walking into the living room, a maid came over and reported respectfully. Brother, sit down and take a good rest. I'll go wash myself first. I've sweated too much today. Yi Zhen saw it, nodded, and walked towards the bathroom. It's so luxurious. When Yi Chen walked into the living room, his face was completely shocked. Retro chandeliers, leather sofas, and a set of branded tableware worth hundreds of thousands, 1982 Lafite, etc. How much does it cost to have such a meal? My ninth sister, worthy of being the ninth sister, is really amazing. Sir, what can I do for you? The maid next to him saw it and asked respectfully. How much area is here? Yi Chen asked without saying much. It can be said that since he came in just now, Yi Chen felt that this villa was very large. But how big it was, Yi Chen didn't know. Sir, we have an area of 100 acres here. There are restaurants, bathrooms, bedrooms, kitchens, gyms. The maid in front of him heard it, and didn't say much, and quickly explained. When Yi Chen heard it, he didn't know what to say. This is completely a miniature city, okay. It can be said that it is just missing a commercial street. Otherwise, it has everything. My ninth sister actually got such a villa, isn't it too scary? Squeak squeak squeak. Half an hour later, a woman in a thin white dress walked in from outside. Her hair was a little bit, and there were also some watermarks on the white dress, and some white skin could be seen. Ninth sister. Looking at Yi Zhen who came in from outside, Yi Chen's face was stunned and his eyes were stunned. At this moment, his ninth sister was really as beautiful as a lotus emerging from the water. I really don't know which pig will get the chance in the future. Haha. What? Are you stunned? When Yi Zhen, who came in from outside, saw Yi Chen's stunned face, she smiled instead. Your 8 sisters are no worse than me. In the future, if the 9 of us get together, wouldn't you wish you had more eyes? Hee hee. Who made you so beautiful, ninth sister? Yi Chen heard it and smiled instead. Any man will be stunned and stunned. In the future, I just don't know which pig will get the chance. Then I'll let you get the chance. Do you want it? Yi Zhen heard it and smiled, her beautiful eyes blinking. Haha, I'm just kidding you. So funny. In the end, Yi Zhen laughed without caring about her image. Her gorgeous appearance was really charming. In particular, her chest was surging. It was extremely eye-catching. Miss, it's done. The maid who helped to blow dry her hair said next to her. Well, you guys go down first. If there's anything, I'll call you. Don't disturb me and my brother, we need to have a good gathering. Yi Zhen saw it and waved her hand. Yes, miss. The servants who were waiting nearby heard it, nodded and left. My brother's clothes, if you buy them, just put them in the living room. Yi Zhen seemed to have thought of something and reminded him. Yes. Everyone heard it, nodded and left. In the huge restaurant, only Yi Chen and Yi Zhen were left sitting face to face. Brother, what are your plans for this return? Start a business, study, or stay in the arms of the ninth sister, the land of tenderness? Looking at her brother, Yi Zhen's face was puzzled. At the beginning, you were forced to leave the Yi family, and your parents owed you. Now, the Yi family has become stronger. You don't have to bear anything for the Yi family again, you can do whatever you want, the ninth sister supports you. It can be said that if her brother had not taken the initiative to leave the Yi family might no longer exist. Now, the Yi family has become stronger, and it's time to listen to her brother's choice. If you want a beauty, tell your ninth sister who you like, and she will definitely help you get her. At worst, I'll just do it first and ask for your permission later. I don't believe she won't agree. Yi Chen was completely helpless after hearing his ninth sister's words, with a trace of cold sweat on his face. How did his own setting become like this? When did he take on everything for the Yi family, and when did the Yi family owe him anything? It can be said that they were completely confused. Could it be that the system modified their memories? It seems that this is the only possibility. Otherwise, it is impossible. Seeing Yi Zhen's gaze, Yi Chen's face was covered with cold sweat. Sister Ju, I'll tell you, you must not hit me. Well, tell me, what do you want to do? Even if you want to eat Sister Ju will not resist. Yi Zhen's words almost made Yi Chen pounce on her. This is simply a naked temptation. In particular, Yi Zhen was still very sexy at this time, my god. The brakes almost failed. However, it was Yi Chen's words that made Yi Zhen's face suddenly gloomy. Sister Ju, I want to deliver takeout. Chapter 12 Whoever bullies you, I will kill him with money. Deliver food. Yi Zhen stood up all of a sudden after hearing this. It can be said that he was shocked by Yi Chen's words. Their Yi family is one of the most powerful families in China. And now, Yi Chen said that he wanted to deliver food. I didn't hear this wrongly. Well, Sister 9, I've thought about it. I want to try delivering food and experience life by the way. Is that okay? Yi Chen heard it and nodded. Nonsense, his god-level food delivery system is still there. How can he reach the peak of his life without delivering food and getting 5-point praise? Could it be that he relies on his 9 sisters to eat soft rice? Although the doctor said that he has a bad stomach and is suitable for eating soft rice. However, if he can avoid eating soft rice, Yi Chen still doesn't want to eat soft rice. He also has to make a name for himself. I remember that you are helping to deliver food on the Manhwa platform. In this case, your sister 9 has bought it for you. Why do you still need to deliver food? Isn't it better to be a domineering president directly? Yi Zhen heard it and his face became serious. Sister 9, don't. Yi Chen heard, his face was covered with cold sweat. Oh my god, his sister 9 is so powerful, did she buy it directly without saying anything? This is too helpless. The main thing is that I want to exercise well and experience life. Sister 9, you don't want to see me eating and sleeping every day. That's not healthy at all. If I deliver food, I can still move around and exercise. As for the management company, I will tell you when I need it in the future. Is that okay? Quote, since you insist on delivering food. Okay. However, you can't suffer any grievances, Sister 9 can't bear you to suffer grievances. Who dares to embarrass you, tell Sister 9 will use money to kill him. Yi Zhen heard, his face was serious. I know, Sister 9, if you don't eat, the food will get cold. Yi Chen heard, his face was covered with cold sweat. Use money to kill him, his Sister 9 is really a strong woman. However, when he thought of Wang Ni being beaten by money and bleeding just now, he didn't dare to hum. Yi Chen had to admit that Juji's money was really enough to kill people. Brother, eat more. It's not easy to come back. This is abalone, very nourishing. But your Juji specially asked the chef to make it. Also, this is black chicken soup, which is also nourishing. Yi Zhen heard it, and at once, she picked up a large bowl of food for Yi Chen. Juji, I have my own hands. Yi Chen saw it, his face was a little helpless. His Juji, the brother control attribute is a bit too strong. How can this be? You must eat everything Juji gave you. Yi Zhen heard it, his face was serious. These abalones are carefully selected. Each one is fresh and unpolluted, pink and tender, don't worry. The taste is absolutely first class. I know, Juji. Yi Chen heard it and could only nod. By the way, Juji, will I live here in the future? Where is my room? After eating, Yi Chen looked at Yi Zhen who was walking out and quickly followed. Follow me. Yi Zhen heard it, nodded, and led the way. After passing through several corridors and gardens, Yi Chen came to a loft. This is your residence, brother Yi Chen. Next to it is mine. If you have any questions, you can always call your ninth sister. Looking at the loft in front of him, Yi Zhen introduced. Well, I see, ninth sister. Yi Chen heard and nodded. This is the map of my villa. Take a look at it yourself. I still have things to deal with. Brother, you can walk around casually, just don't get lost. As if thinking of something, Yi Chen took out a map from her bag and handed it to Yi Chen. I see, ninth sister, see you tomorrow. Looking at Yi Chen walking towards the loft next to him, Yi Chen nodded. I didn't expect that one day I would need a map in my own home. Opening the map, Yi Chen couldn't help but sigh with emotion. It's really big. This is the first time Yi Chen has seen such a big villa. How much does it cost to build a villa of this size in the Magic City? My God. Without saying much, he began to get familiar with his future new home. I found my brother. In another place, a beautiful girl saw the message on WeChat, a faint smile appeared on her face, and she breathed a sigh of relief. Their long-lost brother was finally found, and they could rest assured. Brother, if you hadn't stood up for us, our Yi family would have been destroyed. Now, it's my turn as a sister to protect you. Looking at the chat message on the phone, the girl nodded. Ninth sister, remember to protect your brother well. I haven't been free for a while. Those damn guys are rampant. I'll come over as soon as I'm free. It's been a long time since I've bullied my brother properly. God of War, they're harassing us again. At this time, a soldier came in from outside and reported respectfully. In that case, if you don't accept the toast, you'll have to drink a penalty. Today, I'll give you a big one. When the woman heard it, her face sank instantly, picked up the big sword next to her, and walked out. Everyone, listen up, assemble. Yes. For a moment, the atmosphere became extremely solemn. Ellipsis. I found my brother. I didn't expect that this ninth sister, who is usually carefree, can be quite useful at a critical moment. In another office, a woman saw the message in front of her and nodded. What a pity. I have a concert and an album to release recently. Otherwise, I will go to see my cute brother. Ninth sister, protect your brother. Otherwise, I will settle accounts with you when I am free. Miss, the recording studio has been prepared according to your requirements. All the people invited are masters of musical instruments. Excuse me, can we start? At this time, a woman came in from outside and reported. I'm ready. In that case, let's get started. Try to achieve the highest quality. As long as this album is completed, there are still 60 concerts today. The rest of the time is my time to pamper my brother. No one can stop me. The girl heard it, nodded, and walked out. Yes. Brother, you're back. It seems that I have to deal with things here as soon as possible and go back to take a look. And all over the world, there are women who are ready to move, and I don't know how many people's hearts have been touched. What they don't know is that all of this is just because of one person. Chapter 13. A pair of I can't afford it, please collect and recommend. Ride my electric car, it will never get stuck in traffic. On the second day, after drinking a glass of milk, eating a cake, and an apple, Yi Chen started working, delivering food. According to the tips of the God-level food delivery system yesterday, as long as you give a 5-star praise, you can get a reward. It can be said that I have to be excited. Yesterday, I got 9 sisters with a 5-star praise. And the 9th sister came to my side. Her skin is so delicate that it can be blown away, and even her face is a stunning existence. It can be said that Yi Chen had never seen what a fairy was like before. However, yesterday, when his 9th sister came, Yi Chen saw for the first time what a hot-tempered fairy was like. His 9th sister, that's it. And if this time I deliver food, I get 9. 9 fairy-like wives with 5-star praise rewards, how cool it would be. At least, I can exercise every day. Therefore, Yi Chen didn't know how active he was at this time. It can be said that you can be as active as you want. Work hard to deliver food and reach the peak of your life. That's right. This time, he received more than a dozen takeout orders. Even if one of them won the prize, he would have made a lot of money. As for why he didn't drive his Lamborghini over, but used a shabby tram to deliver the takeout. Yi Chen knew this, and he was familiar with it. The Lamborghini Veneno was too cool, and once it came out, it would definitely be the focus of the whole audience. At that time, it would probably be a luxury to move. What's more, delivering takeout usually requires going around in circles, and even passing through the alleys. This greatly reduces the efficiency of the Lamborghini Veneno. And his own tram can speed around casually without getting stuck in traffic. This is the most practical. Here it is. In an alley, under a rental building, Yi Chen's figure stopped. Looking at the house number in front of him, he walked up quickly without saying much. Ding dong. Who is it? Outside a shabby rental house, Yi Chen gently pressed the doorbell, his face excited. "Delivery man, your takeaway is here, pretty girl." Yi Chen heard it and explained without saying anything. "Bring it here." The door opened, and a young girl appeared in front of Yi Chen. She was wearing a loose short skirt, about 1.6 meters tall, and could see some scenery. Beautiful. Before Yi Chen could say anything, the door slammed shut. This almost made Yi Chen hit his nose and was turned away. "Pretty girl, if it's convenient, give a 5-star review." Yi Chen's face was a little helpless. "Are customers so impatient now?" Click. Just as Yi Chen finished speaking, the door opened, and a woman with a first-class face appeared in the field of vision. She supported the door wall next to her with a delicate voice. "Handsome guy, what did you say just now?" This. Yi Chen saw it and was shocked. It was just a blink of an eye, and the speed of changing clothes was too fast. It was like two different people. Hairstyle can really affect a girl's face. Give it a 5-star rating. Yi Chen heard it and smiled slightly. "Is it okay?" "Not this one, the previous one." The girl heard it, shook her head, and her face became serious. "Beauty." Yi Chen heard it and said carefully. "Hey, I like it." The woman heard it and nodded. "Call me twice more, and I will definitely give you a 5-star rating. I like this feeling, it's just this feeling, it's so cool." Yi Chen heard it and was stunned for a moment. There are still such narcissistic people. My God. Be careful or I'll give you a bad review. The woman heard it and smiled, looking a little weird. "How can you do this? There is a saying that a real man cannot bend even if he is mighty." Yi Chen heard it and frowned. "Bad review." The woman took out her mobile phone. Beauty. It's okay." Yi Chen saw it and said quickly. "It's okay. 5-star rating for you. Didn't you say that a real man cannot bend even if he is mighty?" The woman heard it and her face was even more stunned. The speed of changing faces is too fast. Sichuan P changes his face. There is another saying, a real man can bend and stretch. Don't you like people who can bend and stretch? Yi Chen heard it, smiled slightly, and left in style. "Wait, handsome guy, do you want to be able to bend and stretch properly? I promise it will be very comfortable." The woman saw it and stopped in front of Yi Chen. "What do you think of me?" "Not so good. Your skin is not as white as mine, your face is not as handsome as mine, your figure is not as slim as mine, your weight is not as light as mine, and your long legs are not as long as mine." Yi Chen saw it and shook his head. "The only thing that can beat me should be a hole. A pair of I can't afford it. Go to hell." The woman heard it, her face was angry, and a whip kick swept over. "Sorry, your legs are too short. In addition, I suggest you wear a pair of safety pants. In this way, you won't be too embarrassed." However, Yi Chen dodged it easily and ran down the stairs. "I have other takeouts. I can't be late. Otherwise, forget about the 5-star praise." "Damn it. Stop right there." The girl wanted to catch up, but unfortunately, Yi Chen had already disappeared around the corner. "I'll remember you, brat. I thought I could have a romantic encounter, after all, he was so handsome. I didn't expect that I would be criticized. Damn it, what's going on? It's clearly a 5-star review. Why is there no sound at all?" In the alley, Yi Chen couldn't hear the voice of the system, and his brows frowned. Just now, he saw that woman give a 5-star review, and then he told the truth. It's impossible to exercise with her. Too small, too short, also, not pretty enough. "Master, the hidden task was not triggered." When Yi Chen was puzzled, the voice of the system came. "Hidden task. I have to trigger the hidden task." Yi Chen heard it, and his face was completely helpless. "I thought I could reach the peak of my life by delivering takeout. I didn't expect that there would be hidden tasks just like a lottery, my God." "Well, so, master, work hard." The voice of the system came, and then there was no sound. "Okay, I don't believe it. Among all the takeouts I delivered, none of them won the prize." Yi Chen heard it and nodded. Without saying anything more, he continued to deliver food. As long as there were enough people, there would always be a winner. And as long as he won, he would be rich. Anyway, he was idle anyway, so he might as well pass the time by delivering food. Chapter 14 Don't Give Up Treatment. Second update, please vote. Fuck. System, are you trying to trick me? At noon, the sun was shining brightly. Under a banyan tree, a young man in yellow clothes was resting. His brows were furrowed and his face was unhappy. This morning, he delivered 50 takeaways. What Yi Chen didn't expect was that none of his more than 35-star reviews won a prize. It was like a dream. "No, it's just that you didn't trigger the corresponding task, master." The system's voice sounded in Yi Chen's mind. Can you tell me what the hidden task is? Yi Chen was stunned when he heard it. Blame someone. I just did it well. You said praise someone. I did it too. Now, the only thing I haven't done is to help the old lady cross the road. The secret cannot be leaked. A mechanical voice sounded in Yi Chen's mind, and then there was no sound. System, come out for you, I promise not to beat you to death. Yi Chen was helpless with his own system. Others all went straight to the peak of their lives, blaming the sky, the earth, and the air. As for himself, he didn't know what to say. The only thing he knew was that he had 9 sisters who were like fairies. Master, you have reached the pinnacle of life. A 9th sister is already beyond the reach of others. Not to mention, there are 8 other sisters. Yi Chen was completely helpless about this system. Forget it. Let's stop here today. I don't know if the 9th sister has come, it's too hot. Looking at the message on the phone, Yi Chen shook his head. Summer is really a hot day. Today, that's it. As the system said, 1/9 sister is enough. Without saying much, he closed his eyes and began to rest. In this kind of weather, with a high temperature of 37 degrees, riding an electric bike back is simply looking for death. It's better to wait quietly for his 9th sister to drive the Lamborghini Veneno. Boy, let me ask you a question. After Yi Chen closed his eyes and rested for a while, a voice interrupted directly, with a strong sense of impoliteness. What's wrong? Yi Chen looked confused when he saw the tall and strong man in front of him. He was sleeping. He didn't provoke anyone. Why are you so aggressive? Others don't know and think they owe you a lot of money. Really? Do you smoke? When Yi Chen was confused, the young man in front of him spoke with a cold voice. He took out a box of cigarettes from his pocket and handed it to Yi Chen. No. Smoking is harmful to health. Yi Chen saw it and waved his hand. You don't smoke, right? The young man heard it and nodded, as if he understood something, and smiled slightly. Drink wine. Yi Chen heard it, his face was puzzled and he shook his head. This person, is he crazy? Don't give up treatment. No smoking, no drinking, do you have any savings? The young man heard it, nodded, and asked again. I say, we don't seem to know each other. It can be said that Yi Chen has confirmed it. This person is a psychopath. They don't know each other at all, and they asked questions so impolitely on the street. If it were someone else, he would have slapped me in the face. It's none of your business whether I have savings or not. No savings, right? That means if you don't smoke or drink, you also have no savings. When the young man saw Yi Chen smiling, his face became even more proud, and he pulled the woman next to him over. Look, don't you like people who don't smoke or drink? This is this kind of person, you can live with him. Quote. Looking at the mysterious operation of the young man in front of him, Yi Chen's face was a little gloomy. Although he didn't know what happened, from the last sentence, Yi Chen knew that this guy just wanted to belittle himself severely. Dear, don't be like this, I'm just talking. The first-class woman in front of him saw it and looked anxious. She glanced at Yi Chen, although he was very handsome. However, without money, everything is out of the question. Isn't this kind of person the most ideal person in your mind? If you don't smoke or drink, you can live with him. The young man heard it and sneered. The look he gave Yi Chen was full of disdain. What he didn't know was that Yi Chen hated such looks the most. He just wanted to use him as a representative of people who don't smoke or drink. In order to show how rich he is and how powerful he is, he just wanted to win back a game in front of his girlfriend. But, even if you want to win back a game, don't come and mess with me. Dear, I was wrong. The woman heard it, her face became more anxious, and she grabbed the man's hand at once. In the future, I will give you money for smoking and drinking, okay? HMPH. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. At this time, a series of wind-breaking sounds came, and under the gaze of everyone, a sports car drifted and stopped accurately in front of everyone. Lamborghini Veneno. When the people in front saw it, their faces were shocked. How could it be possible? Lamborghini Veneno, 3 units sold worldwide, actually appeared in front of them. It was too incredible. How cool. I finally saw a sports car like this in real life. Is this the Lamborghini Veneno? It's much better looking than the picture. Bang. Under everyone's gaze, the door of the Lamborghini Veneno in front of them opened. A girl in white clothes came out and walked towards the crowd step by step. So beautiful. Who are you here to pick up? Everyone saw it and looked confused. What a beautiful girl. Sir, your Lamborghini Venom has been delivered. Miss asked you to take care of yourself today. She doesn't have time to take care of you. Under the gaze of everyone, the girl stopped next to the old electric car. Looking at the boy sitting on the electric car in front of her, she said respectfully. Well, I know, tell Sister 9 that I can take care of myself. Yi Chen heard it and breathed a sigh of relief. He was finally free. You guys drag this electric car back. I need it when I have time. Let's stop here today. Yes, sir. Xiaobai heard it, nodded, and helped open the door of the Lamborghini Venom. Sir, please. Well, I'll come back in the evening and tell my sister. Yi Chen saw it, nodded, and left in a cloud of dust. You, take it away. Xiaobai saw it, ordered the 2 bodyguards next to him, and drove away in the Ferrari they drove. Yes. Oh my. Honey, I know I was wrong. Don't you like drinking and smoking? I let you drink, I let you smoke. Look at others, they don't smoke, they don't drink, they have already opened the Lamborghini Venetian. What about you? You look so poor. Let's break up. Honey, I was wrong. I will definitely quit drinking and smoking, and save money. No, you are not wrong. I am the one who is wrong. I shouldn't associate with people like you. Little brother who doesn't smoke and drink, wait for me. Chapter 15. Finding Trouble. First update, please vote. Congratulations, Master, you have completed the task of delivering food. You will be rewarded with a building. When Yi Chen was driving to find food, a mechanical voice sounded in his mind. Completed the task. Yi Chen heard it and was confused. Didn't you say you need 5-star reviews? Yes, Master, you have accumulated 35-star reviews today. This task has been triggered. Now congratulations, Master, you have completed the task. You can also operate it this way. Yi Chen heard it and was completely speechless for a moment. Yes, this operation is cool. It is. Worthy of being a god-level system. Where is my building? As if it had thought of something, it asked quickly. Master, it is in Tianhe community. The system heard it and didn't say much. Building 008. The relevant procedures are on the way. Tianhe community, this community is still quite expensive in the Magic City. Yi Chen heard it and his face was a little shocked. Tianhe community is still a relatively high-end community in the Magic City. People inside, without a monthly income of 300,000, basically cannot qualify to live in such a community. Unless it is a legacy, that is another matter. Unexpectedly, this time, God will not let down those who work hard, and I finally completed the task. Such a community, a building, at least 1 billion. It seems that it is worth the money, and it is not in vain. If I remember correctly, there should be a very delicious restaurant nearby. Lamborghini Venom was running fast, looking at the scene in front of him. Yi Chen's brows frowned slightly. If he remembered correctly, there is indeed a very delicious restaurant nearby. And before, it can be said that he helped them deliver takeout. The only thing is that the consumption of this restaurant is a bit expensive. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Without saying much, Lamborghini Venom sped towards a street next to it. For a moment, I don't know how many people's eyes were attracted. It can be said that in such a city, Lamborghini Venom is a beautiful landscape. Here it is. After parking the Lamborghini Venom in the parking lot, Yi Chen did not say much, and quickly came to a restaurant and walked in. Welcome, what can I do for you? When Yi Chen came in from outside, a waitress saw him, walked over quickly, and asked with a faint smile on her face. Give me your Yu Long Men, Hai Kuo Tian Kong, Hai Tian Yi Sei, and a bowl of soup. Yi Chen saw it and did not say much. It can be said that Yi Chen is very clear about what is in this store. After all, he has delivered takeout here several times. Sir, are you sure? The waiter heard it, was stunned for a while, and finally looked at Yi Chen and asked. It can be said that these 3 are the signature dishes in their store. Added together, it costs at least 600. And this person looks like a takeout delivery man, so he has to remind him. Sure. Yi Chen did not say much about the waiter's kind reminder, and nodded. It's just a few hundred yuan. If it were in the past, this meal might be half a month or even a month's food expenses. But now that I have money, it's nothing at all. I know, sir, please wait. The waiter heard it, nodded, and didn't say anything more. They can provide whatever dishes the customers need. As for the others, they have nothing to do with them. It seems that we need to wait for a few minutes. Looking at the waiter who left, Yi Chen nodded. Without saying much, he began to browse the news on his mobile phone. It can be said that Yi Chen spends a few minutes every day to take a good look at today's news. In general, you only need to read the title. As for the title party, this is another matter. Hello. While Yi Chen was browsing the news, a call came in directly. This made Yi Chen see it, and he answered it without saying much. Yi Chen, it's the 28th now. Shouldn't you pay the rent for this month? On the other end of the phone, a middle-aged man's voice came. Although I know it's not easy for you, but this is a different matter. If you can't pay this month's rent by tomorrow, Yi Chen, then I can only ask you to leave. It can be said that Yi Chen had to urge him to pay the rent every time. As for other people, there was no need to urge him at all. Although Yi Chen was indeed very hardworking, this was not an excuse. If you don't have that much money, don't rent such an expensive house. There are cheap ones. I know. Don't worry. I'll give it to you when I get back. I'll move out today. Yi Chen heard it and nodded. Without saying anything more, he hung up the phone. If I didn't remind him, I would have forgotten that I was still renting a house. It seems that I was too excited last night and forgot about this matter. Embarrassing. What's wrong? Is there anything? When Yi Chen hung up the phone, a black shadow was projected. This made Yi Chen look up quickly without saying much. A young man wearing a brand-name suit and with a handsome face appeared in Yi Chen's field of vision, with a cold face and a faint anger in his eyes. Next to the young man was a woman with first-class appearance, who was also looking at him. This made Yi Chen even more confused. Was there something on his face? He touched his face, but there was nothing. What's going on? Don't you know? When Li Tian heard and saw Yi Chen's puzzled expression, his face suddenly became gloomy, and his voice was not polite at all, looking at Yi Chen. This is not the place for you to sit, get out of the way. A delivery man actually wants to take a seat, what kind of thing is this? It's really ridiculous. It can be said that they are the real customers. This person is not. He is just a middleman. Go away. Friend, I say, there must be a first come first served. Yi Chen looked around and saw that all the tables were full. He smiled slightly, but his eyes were a little gloomy. It is indeed first come first served for them, but it doesn't work for you. Get out of here. Li Tian heard it and pointed to a corner next to him. You can just wait there. You are not worthy of occupying such a big dining table. I am not worthy. Yi Chen heard it and his face darkened in an instant. This person is looking for trouble. Chapter 16. This is my home court. Second update. Isn't that right? Brat, you are a delivery man, just wait by the side. Hurry up and give me the table. Can't you see that we are very tired? When the woman next to him saw Yi Chen's puzzled expression, she nodded and looked serious. A delivery man still occupied such a good seat. Wouldn't his conscience be bothered? Really? I came first, why should I give it to you? Yi Chen's face was even more displeased. It's just a meal, but I didn't expect to meet two idiots. It's true. Brat, get out of my way. Li Tian heard it and slapped Yi Chen's table. This brat had already asked him to get out of the way. He actually made himself so embarrassed in front of his girlfriend. Damn it. This is the rhythm of courting death. Here, get out of my way. With a flick of his right hand, a stack of money was slapped on the table, and his face was even colder. A delivery man actually dared to go against him. Could it be that he has lost his mind? What do you mean? Yi Chen saw it and picked it up while Li Tian sneered. Then he tore it hard, broke it into two halves, and threw it towards Li Tian fiercely. You think I'm a beggar, right? Get out of here. It's really ridiculous that he wants to get rid of himself with a few hundred yuan. Even in the past, a few hundred yuan would not be enough to get rid of himself. A man's knees are made of gold. Not to mention now, he has turned over and become a rich second generation. He wants to get rid of him with a few hundred yuan. Is he crazy? Stinky boy, do you know who I am? When Li Tian saw that Yi Chen in front of him not only did not get out of the way, but also directly tore the hundreds of yuan he threw over, his face was completely gloomy. This stinky boy, shameless, don't blame him. I don't know. However, what Li Tian didn't expect was that Yi Chen's face was disdainful, and his voice was full of strong sarcasm. He shook his head and looked at Li Tian as if he was a fool. What era is this? He is still pretending like this. Isn't it out of date? Do you really think that you can walk sideways by saying I am XXX? At least, in front of Yi Chen, this is impossible. You. Li Tian heard and saw Yi Chen's eyes, his face became even more angry, and he couldn't speak for a long time. What happened? Isn't this Li Tian? When the people next to him heard the movement here, they looked over one by one. When they saw Li Tian, their faces were even more surprised and solemn. Li Tian, you are talking about the boss of the local gangsters, Li Tian. Some people heard it, as if they thought of something, and their faces turned a little pale. Yes, if it's not him, who else could it be? I didn't expect that there would be someone who dares to provoke Li Tian like this. How could there be no one? Maybe he is the young master of some family. It can be said that he is someone who can easily beat Li Tian. What's the point of talking back to Li Tian? Li Tian wouldn't dare to say anything even if he stepped on his head. That's impossible. He's just a bad boy who delivers takeout. It seems that this guy doesn't want to deliver takeout in the future. Maybe others come out to experience life. After all, there are so many people who come out to experience life these days. Don't you know? Of course. However, I don't think this bad boy belongs to this category. He looks exhausted. Even if he comes out to experience life, he shouldn't work so hard. If he is really a rich second generation, he must be leisurely. Yes. This bad boy can be said to be finished. He has offended Li Tian, and he will definitely be very uncomfortable in this area in the future. When the people next to them saw Li Tian and Yi Chen confronting each other, they shook their heads, pointed fingers, and sighed softly. If you offend Li Tian, don't even think about delivering food in this area anymore. It can be said that this is the person that the delivery man dare not offend the most. But this brat has offended him, it's simply courting death. Bitch, now you should know who I am. Hearing the voices of the people around him talking, Li Tian's face sneered and looked at Yi Chen. If you kneel down and beg for mercy now, and then kowtow 100 times again, I can forgive you. Otherwise, you know the consequences. Quote, it can be said that such a brat who delivers food also wants to go against him, which is impossible. It only takes one word from Li Tian, and this brat will not want to deliver food in this area. He really doesn't know how high the sky is. I should tell you this. If you apologize now and kowtow 100 times, I can forgive you. Otherwise, you will bear the consequences. Yi Chen heard it, his face sneered, the corners of his mouth curled up, and he didn't care at all. Who doesn't know how to scare people? Dear. The woman next to him heard it, her face became even gloomier, and her brows frowned. A delivery man dared to ride on their heads. If a tiger doesn't show its power, they will really think they are Mickey Mouse. Stinky boy, if that's the case, don't blame me for being rude. Li Tian heard it, walked towards Yi Chen, and punched him directly with his right hand. Time and again, he was embarrassed in front of his girlfriend. No matter what, he couldn't stand it. Bang! However, his punch was blocked by Yi Chen in an instant. You are still the leader of the gangsters. How long have you not exercised? Yi Chen saw it and shook his head. The soft punch had no deterrent power. Not good. When Li Tian saw Yi Chen suddenly running over, his face turned pale and he quickly retreated. Bang! However, his reaction speed was still too slow, and a whip kick came towards his neck fiercely. Bang! This made Li Tian's figure even more pressed on the glass table next to him. The glass table shattered, and as for Li Tian, his whole body was like a hedgehog. You're courting death, brat. Li Tian never expected that a delivery boy could be so powerful. For a moment, he was defeated. With your limited skills, you'd better save your energy. Yi Chen heard it and waved his hands, not caring at all. It can be said that delivering food gave him muscles and strength. It was not a problem to deal with a lazy gang leader. It was easy. Really? In that case, how about this? Li Tian heard it, sneered, and looked at the door. Bang! The door of the restaurant was kicked open by a group of people, and then more than a dozen figures surrounded Yi Chen, each with a fierce look and muscles. Boy, now, I wonder if you are satisfied. Li Tian saw Yi Chen's solemn face and sneered. This is my home court. Chapter 17. If you disturb me, I will break your legs. Update 1. There is no satisfaction or dissatisfaction. If you can't argue, you want to fight. If I call someone over, I can ask you to clean up the restaurant at any time. Yi Chen saw it and didn't care at all. He is just a gang leader. The monk can run away, but the temple cannot. You are still afraid. Really? In that case, I'll give you half an hour. I want to see who you can call over. Li Tian heard it and sneered. This is his home court. What can a delivery man do to him? He is really out of his mind. At this time, he dared to talk big. In that case, Li Tian would step on this stinky boy hard and let him know the dangers of society. Hey, Sister Ju, do you have extra bodyguards? Yi Chen heard it, shook his head, and made a phone call. I was eating in a restaurant and was disturbed. I was surrounded by more than a dozen people on the other side. Let me find someone to compete. If there are extra people, lend me a few. It can be said that his sister Ju's company has dozens of security guards. As for his sister Ju, she also has a group of bodyguards. I see. I want to see who dares to disturb my brother's meal and is so good at finding fault. Give me a location, I'll make him crawl away. Yi Zhen's angry voice came. I see, Sister 9. Yi Chen heard it, nodded, hung up the phone, and sent a location. Smelly boy, I want to see what tricks you can play. Under the gaze of everyone, Li Tian pulled over a chair next to him, sat down, and looked at Yi Chen with disdain. This time, everyone can pretend to be cool. He wants to see what tricks this little brat has. Who can't scare people? They won't really fight. When the onlookers next to them saw it, their faces were confused and solemn. If they really fight, the consequences will be very serious. How is it possible? He is just pretending. What kind of people can a delivery boy call over? It's really ridiculous. You are still pretending at this time. Isn't this courting death? Now, you are exposed. Quote. So, don't brag. Otherwise, you will suffer the consequences if you brag too much. Boy, where is your man? After a quarter of an hour, Li Tian's face became a little impatient, and he looked at Yi Chen. This brat, is he playing with him? Of course on the way. Otherwise, where do you think he is? Yi Chen heard it, crossed his legs, and looked at Li Tian in front of him, without any fear at all. Brat, you are looking for death. Li Tian saw it, and his face became even more angry. Come on, it can be said that it is a shame to see such a contemptuous look on a brat who delivers food. I advise you to stop it. Otherwise, you can't afford the consequences. Yi Chen saw it and frowned slightly. He looked calm on the surface, but he was panicking inside. Now, if this goes on, he can't control the situation at all. Sister 9, why haven't your bodyguards arrived yet? HMPH. There's nothing I can't afford. Fight. Li Tian heard it, snorted hard, and waved his right hand. You bastard, you dare to offend our boss, you're looking for death. Bang bang bang. When the gangsters rushed towards Yi Chen, the glass door of the restaurant was kicked open and the glass was completely shattered. A dozen middle-aged men in black uniforms walked in. They were tall and strong, wearing a pair of sunglasses. In their hands, they were holding sticks, a bit like they were smashing the place. Who is this? My God. Smashing the door directly, this is too scary. That's it. I'm still eating, but I'm scared to death. Honey, I'm so scared. When a group of people walked in, the faces of the people next to them turned pale. Is this a professional fighter? So scary. Everyone. Today, we have reserved the place. If you don't want to get hurt, do you know what to do now? The middle-aged man in the lead saw it and looked at the people dining. Clear the place. Yes. The bodyguards beside him heard it and nodded one by one. You can't do this. A middle-aged man with a big belly ran over quickly, his face anxious. This is his guest. If the place is cleared, he will lose a lot today. Don't worry. We will pay you 3 times the loss. Is that okay? The middle-aged man in the lead saw it and said in a cold voice. Okay. Big brother, please, run. The people next to him saw it and ran away without saying anything. What's going on? The only ones left were Li Tian and his group of people who were stunned. They were completely confused and looked at each other. Who are these people? They are so aggressive and unreasonable. Hello, sir. However, when Li Tian was confused, the leader in front of him suddenly saluted Yi Chen. As for the others, they completely surrounded Li Tian and his group. Are you the bodyguards sent by my 9th sister? Yi Chen asked, looking at the people in front of him. He didn't expect that his 9th sister's speed was so fast. It's too scary. Yes. The president ordered that no matter who offends the young master, his legs will be broken. The middle-aged man heard it, nodded, and his eyes looking at Li Tian instantly became sharp. Bang bang bang. When the middle-aged man looked over, everyone started to fight. It was just one punch, and the gangster who was so arrogant just now curled up and fell to the ground. Tears kept flowing out, it was too painful. One move. How is it possible? These people have all practiced. When Li Tian saw that his subordinate was knocked down by a punch, his face was completely shocked. This group of people, each one of them is a martial artist. Oh my God. This time, he hit a wall. I think, now, my bodyguard, are you satisfied? Yi Chen saw the pale Li Tian, smiled slightly, and took a sip of tea. How do you want to settle our accounts? You disturbed me while I was drinking tea, and you pretended to be cool in front of me. Quote. Mercy. I don't know a great man, please forgive me. Li Tian heard it and knelt down all of a sudden. This person, don't mess with him. Too scary. Sir, how to deal with him? The middle-aged man saw it, looked at Yi Chen, and asked. Why don't you study hard, learn from others to be a gangster, and even be a gangster boss? Beat him up for me, let him know the dangers of society. And be a gangster boss. Yi Chen saw it and waved his hand. Drag him out, don't disturb me while I'm eating. Also, don't forget to ask them to lick the restaurant clean. Yes, drag him away. Mercy, I know I was wrong. Mercy. Chapter 18. Don't be so discouraging. Second update, please vote for recommendation. A backpack should be able to hold my things. After dinner, Yi Chen came to a large group of rental houses, carrying a backpack. The rental houses here are quite expensive, more than 3,000 a month. Because it is close to Shanghai University, many people are willing to pay such a small amount of money. If it weren't for Li Wen, Yi Chen would not rent a house in this place. It's too expensive. However, now, his career of renting a house can be said to be completely over. Because he has his own house. Hey, Yi Chen, you're back so soon, have you finished delivering takeaways? Why don't you make money? Do you have money to pay the rent? When Yi Chen came to a rental house, a middle-aged man with a big belly came over. When he saw Yi Chen, his face sneered. Don't forget, you haven't paid the rent for this month yet. Otherwise, if you don't have money to pay the rent and are kicked out, don't blame me for not reminding you. Really, young people nowadays don't know how to work hard to make money when they don't have money. I say, can you shut up? Do you know that you are very nagging and annoying? Yi Chen heard it and looked at the middle-aged man with a big belly in front of him, frowned slightly, and his face was unhappy. Yi Chen knew very well who this person was, his landlord. A man in his 30s, as for why he was the landlord, this is very simple, he didn't want to struggle anymore. If Yi Chen remembered correctly, it seemed that next month was the 80th birthday of the landlady. The landlord mentioned it before. Yi Chen, what's your attitude? When Zhao Gong heard Yi Chen's words, his face suddenly became gloomy, frowned, and looked at Yi Chen. He wanted to pretend to be cool. After all, there were always 1 or 2 days every month when he could pretend to be cool in front of Yi Chen. Unexpectedly, this time, Yi Chen did not nod humbly as before and said nothing. Instead, he confronted him directly. This was something that Zhao Gong had never expected. It had only been a day or two since they last met, but Yi Chen was so arrogant. I have seen landlords being mean to tenants, and I have seen landlords being arrogant in front of tenants, but I have never seen tenants being arrogant and mean to landlords in front of landlords. This is going against the will of heaven. What attitude? This is my attitude. Yi Chen heard this, and his face suddenly darkened. I used to tolerate you being arrogant in front of him, but now you want to insult me. You are arrogant on my head, impossible. I have transferred this month's rent to you. After saying this, he didn't care at all and walked towards his room. This, how is it possible? Zhao Gong wanted to say something, but when he saw the 3,000 yuan in his Alipay account and saw who paid, he was stunned for a moment. This is impossible. The sun is rising from the west. Yi Chen is the last one to pay the rent every month. And now, I've actually paid the rent. It's too incredible. Quote, it hurts. A slap hit his face, but tears welled up in his eyes. This is not a dream, this is real, my God. Is it Mr. Yi Chen? When Yi Chen walked out the door, a middle-aged man came to Yi Chen. Your express, please sign for it. My express. Looking at the small box handed over by the courier in front of him, Yi Chen's brows slightly frowned, and his face was puzzled. Yes, that's right. Please sign for it. The middle-aged man heard it and nodded. Okay. Although he didn't know what it was, Yi Chen still took out his ID card and handed it to the courier. The courier took a look, handed it back, and nodded. Looking forward to serving you again, Dongfeng Express, mission accomplished. After seeing Yi Chen sign for it, the courier nodded, left a word, and left. What is it? Looking at the box in front of him, Yi Chen took out a key and then cut the transparent tape with force. The property certificate, is it for building 008 in Tianhe community? Yi Chen remembered that the reward for the task he completed before was building 008 in Tianhe community. It is indeed building 008 in Tianhe community. When Yi Chen saw dozens of property certificates, he nodded with satisfaction. Without saying much, he walked towards the parking lot with a backpack on his back and a box in his hand. Yi Chen, what are you doing here? When Yi Chen came to the parking lot, a middle-aged man was opening the door of the BMW in front of him. When he saw Yi Chen, his face was puzzled. Your electric car is outside. There is no car here. Whether there is one or not, you don't need to worry about it. It has nothing to do with you. Looking at Mr. Zhao next to him, Yi Chen frowned slightly and looked a little unhappy. Isn't it just having a wife who is about to turn 80? What's the big deal? Hey, I wonder how you talk. When Mr. Zhao heard this, his face changed instantly. This stinky boy, he was very respectful when talking to him before. And now, after taking drugs, he was so rude. That's what I was talking about. Yi Chen heard it, but he didn't pay any attention to it at all, and walked towards the Lamborghini Veneno next to him. Yi Chen, I advise you to stay away from that car. It's worth more than 80 million, and it's the third in the world. If it's scratched a little, even if I sell it to you, I can't afford it. When Zhao Gong heard it, his face was even more warning, and his eyes were contemptuous. A delivery man actually wanted to touch the Lamborghini Veneno. Is he stupid? Really? However, when Yi Chen heard it, he sneered, his mouth corners slightly raised, and kicked the door of the Lamborghini Veneno hard. Sorry for this kind of rubbish. I can buy it at will. Yi Chen, you're finished. You're finished. Zhao Gong saw it, was stunned, and finally sneered. Dare to kick Lamborghini Veneno, this guy is completely finished. Beep beep beep. However, before Zhao Gong sneered for a few seconds, the door of the Lamborghini Veneno in front of him was opened by Yi Chen, and then it started. Finished. It's ridiculous, I kick my own car, can't I? Looking at the stunned Zhao Gong, Yi Chen sneered. How is it possible? I must be dreaming. Zhao Gong saw it and was completely stunned. This, impossible. Yi Chen, just a delivery man, how could he drive a Lamborghini Veneno? By the way, there is one more thing I forgot to tell you. You said before that you rented a house in Building 008 of Tianhe Community. Sorry, move out today, I won't rent it anymore. The Lamborghini Veneno stopped in front of Zhao Gong, and Yi Chen said. It seems to have nothing to do with you whether it is rented or not. Zhao Gong heard it, his face was a little stiff, and he sneered. No, no, no. That's my building. Yi Chen finished. Here. The property certificates are all here. Looking at the box of property certificates, Mr. Zhao was completely stunned. Don't be so discouraging. Chapter 19. Who doesn't have a building these days? Update 1. Please vote for recommendation. In order to have a better life, Mr. Zhao gritted his teeth and even took action against a 60-year-old woman. And now, he finally waited for the old woman to die, and his good life was about to come. After all, several buildings were all his property. And now, ready to start a new life, he has found the canary and rented a house for his canary in Building 008 of Tianhe Community, but he was surpassed by Yi Chen in an instant. He was Yi Chen's landlord before, but now, what he didn't expect was that Yi Chen suddenly became his landlord. This is too dramatic and too deceptive. Not good at all. These days, who is not a landlord, who doesn't have a house? Looking at Mr. Zhao, who was stunned in front of him, Yi Chen didn't care at all and threw the property certificate to the back seat. Hello, Sister 9. What's the matter? When Yi Chen saw the call from his sister 9, he quickly answered it. They weren't late for what happened just now, were they? Have you dealt with it? A pleasant voice came from the other side of the phone, sweet, like a silver bell. Sister 9, don't worry. Everything has been dealt with. Yi Chen heard and nodded. You came just in time. I didn't expect that my sister 9 would care about me so much. However, when I thought of my sister 9's brother Control, Yi Chen was relieved. That's good, I thought they were late. Then I will definitely not forgive them. Yi Chen heard and nodded, still quite satisfied. By the way, brother, are you free now? As if he thought of something, his face became serious. I can't let my brother go on like this. It's time for my brother to take over some of the company's affairs. At least, according to Yi Chen's plan, Yi Chen will take over their Yi family's business step by step. Otherwise, it will be too late to learn later. What's wrong, Sister 9? I should be free. The takeaway has been delivered today. Yi Chen heard and nodded. Well, I have a meeting this afternoon, it's about one of our subsidiaries cooperating with others. Now, you know, I'm too busy and can't spare the time. Therefore, I want you to help me check it. As for the final decision, it's up to you. Just treat it as a gift for you to play with. Even if you go bankrupt, I, your ninth sister, won't blame you. Yi Chen heard it and his face froze. Ninth sister, I really don't know how to manage a company. It can be said that he has never tried such a thing. And now, asking him, Yi Chen, to manage the company is too much of a stretch. It doesn't matter. If you don't know how, you can learn it well. I, your ninth sister, have also come step by step. The afternoon meeting of that company is handed over to you, and it's up to you to decide. Wait a minute, I'll send you an address. The meeting room is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. After Yi Chen finished speaking, she hung up the phone. Ninth sister. Yi Chen wanted to say something else, but shook his head helplessly. Taking over the company's affairs and cooperating with others. Yi Chen really doesn't know how to do this at all. This time, it's a tragedy. Forget it. Just have fun. Anyway, Sister 9 also said that it's just a subsidiary. It's closed down. Finally, Yi Chen shook his head helplessly. Don't forget, move your canary out as soon as possible. Looking at Zhao Gong who was stunned beside him, Yi Chen reminded him. Sometimes, people shouldn't be too arrogant. You said, right. This. Looking at Yi Chen who was leaving in a dusty manner, Zhao Gong was completely stunned. Who is too arrogant? It's obviously you who is arrogant. My God. Why am I the one who is suffering? Although he has several buildings, the woman has not died yet, so it is not his. Although he is a landlord, the money is basically in the woman's bank account. He can't have much money without waiting for the woman to die. Otherwise, why would his canary rent a house? He would have bought a house long ago. Damn it. Who is bullying whom? However, what Zhao Gong could never have imagined was that Yi Chen was actually a rich second generation. After more than 20 years of hard work, I couldn't compare to others' transformation. I wanted to die. Junhao Clothing Company is still a very advanced clothing company in the Magic City. It can be said that the market valuation of such a company is about 3 billion. At this time, a Lamborghini Veneno stopped in the parking lot. A young man got off the Lamborghini Veneno, closed the door, and walked towards Junhao Clothing Company. Didn't Sister Ju say it was a subsidiary? Looking at the tall buildings in front of him, Yi Chen's face was shocked. Originally, I thought that the subsidiary that Sister Ju was talking about was just a company worth tens of millions. After all, Sister Ju's biggest block is her real estate company. And now, what Yi Chen didn't expect was that the subsidiary that Sister Ju was talking about was actually a company worth tens of millions, and it was a relatively famous clothing company in the Magic City. This is a clothing company worth tens of billions. In the eyes of Sister Ju, it was actually a small company. Sister Ju was too scary. When Yi Chen thought about bankrupting such a company, he felt deeply guilty. To be honest, it's really hard to try your hand at such a company. Ninth sister. Sir, please show me your work badge. When Yi Chen came to the front desk and wanted to walk towards the elevator, the front desk waiter saw him and reminded him. Work badge. Yi Chen frowned slightly when he heard it. It can be said that he didn't hear his ninth sister ask for a work badge. This was too unexpected. Sir, you are not an employee of our company. Who are you looking for? The waiter heard it, his face was puzzled, and his brows were slightly frowned. Those who don't have a work badge are definitely not employees of their company. Well, I'm here to see your general manager, I think her name is Mo Xiaoshui. Yi Chen nodded and said seriously. It can be said that his ninth sister never mentioned the work badge. And his ninth sister asked him to find the general manager here, Mo Xiaoshui. So you're here to see our general manager Mo. Do you have an appointment? The waiter heard it, looked puzzled, and asked. No. But, does this require an appointment? Yi Chen heard it, shook his head, looked puzzled. Still need an appointment. It can be said that Yi Chen is completely helpless. His ninth sister didn't tell him so much. Hey, isn't this Yi Chen, who in our company ordered takeout? How dare you let such an irrelevant person in? A sneer came from the side, which made Yi Chen frown slightly. Chapter 20 I have privileges, you don't. Second update, please recommend, please collect. Hello, Manager Qian. When the front desk attendant saw the young man in a black brand name suit coming over, he greeted him respectfully. Yeah, Qian Hao saw it and nodded, quite satisfied. How come this guy is the manager of my ninth sister's company? Looking at Qian Hao in front of him, Yi Chen's face was puzzled, and his brows slightly frowned. After graduation, Qian Hao would come here, which Yi Chen could never have thought of. It's true that enemies don't meet each other. Qian Hao, a rich second generation, heard that his family is quite rich. His father is a big breeder, with a net worth of more than 10 billion. When he was studying, he was unlearned and ended up in the same class as himself when he was in college. In the class, it can be said that Qian Hao is definitely the worst student, but he is the most arrogant and stubborn one. At that time, because of his good grades, Qian Hao did not make things difficult for himself. And now, it has been more than a year since graduation. I didn't expect that he still had such a face when we just met. Yi Chen, I have to tell you that it's working hours now, no entry for idle people. Looking at Yi Chen in front of him, Qian Hao's face became serious and his voice was even colder. When they were in junior college, they were very wrong. After graduating from junior college, I heard that Yi Chen worked as an errand boy. This made Qian Hao's face even more excited. Because he could finally crush Yi Chen in his career. Unfortunately, he never met Yi Chen. And today, what he didn't expect was that God was so kind to him that he met Yi Chen. This time, if he didn't suppress Yi Chen well, it would really be a waste of such a good opportunity given by God. Isn't it obvious? Yi Chen heard it and cast a mentally retarded look at Qian Hao. It's working hours now, of course Yi Chen knows it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come here. This Qian Hao, is he a fool? I haven't seen him for a year, and he's acting stupid. It's so damn pitiful. Qian Hao's face turned red with anger when he heard and saw Yi Chen looking at him as if he was mentally retarded. He didn't expect that when he was in college, his ability to talk was not as good as Yi Chen's. And now, even though he has been out for almost a year and has become a deputy manager, his ability to talk is still not as good as Yi Chen's. Tell your general manager Mo Xiaoshui that a handsome guy named Yi Chen is coming to see her. Yi Chen didn't pay any attention to Qian Hao's angry face, nor did he want to pay attention to it. It can be said that what Yi Chen wants now is just to complete his ninth sister's task quickly, and then he can spend his time freely. As for other things, we will talk about it later. I know, Mr. Yi Chen, please wait. The waiter next to him heard it, nodded, and made a quick phone call without saying anything. This young man seems to have some background. Otherwise, it is impossible to call their general manager by name. Therefore, he dare not be negligent in the slightest. Yi Chen, you don't want to tell me that our general manager has ordered takeout. Qian Hao, who was standing next to him, became even more angry when he saw that Yi Chen didn't pay any attention to him, and said with a sneer. It can be said that if he didn't speak, he really treated him, Qian Hao, as if he didn't exist. This is impossible. I said, if you don't speak, no one will think you are dumb. What's wrong with people nowadays? Do they have to show off their presence? Yi Chen saw it and gave a disdainful look. Humph, what are you pretending for? Can you let Sister Xiaoshui come down first? Qian Hao heard it and snorted hard. Yi Chen, a stinky boy, a delivery man, wants to find Sister Xiaoshui, which is basically impossible. Even if Sister Xiaoshui ordered takeout, it is impossible for her to come down to get it herself but let others help deliver it. As for Yi Chen, it is impossible for him to see Sister Xiaoshui. Young Master Yi Chen, please wait. The general manager said that she will come down soon. However, before Qian Hao could sneer for 3 seconds, the waiter at the front desk said a word, directly pulling Qian Hao back from his fantasy. How is it possible? Sister Xiaoshui actually came down in person. Qian Hao heard it and thought he had heard it wrong. Qian Hao was very clear about Mo Xiaoshui's character. She was a workaholic, and it was impossible for a small thing to alarm her. I know. In that case, I will wait for a while. Hearing the words of the front desk clerk, Yi Chen nodded. It seems that this meeting is not so simple, not so easy. No wonder, his ninth sister asked him to come. Mr. Yi Chen, do you need anything? I will ask someone to buy it for you right away. Looking at Yi Chen in front of him, the waiter asked softly. In that case, please buy me a bottle of milk tea. Dragon Ball milk tea will be fine. Yi Chen heard it and said without any politeness. I know, Mr. Yi Chen, please wait a moment. The woman heard it and nodded to the person next to her. And the person saw it, nodded, and left. Looking at the behavior of the front desk clerk, Qian Hao was completely confused. It can be said that he is the one who should be treated politely. Why is it Yi Chen's turn? It's too unbelievable. Please buy me a cup of roasted milk. Finally, Qian Hao said to the girl who ran out. Sorry, deputy manager, it's working hours now. The front desk clerk heard it and shook his head. You are violating the company's regulations by doing this. Qian Hao's face turned red when he heard it, and he pointed at Yi Chen. I am your deputy manager, why can't I? This brat is just a piece of trash, why can you buy it for him? It can be said that this receptionist has a problem with his brain. He is the deputy manager, yet he treats himself like this. It is impossible not to be angry. Not to mention, this happened in front of his opponent. Deputy manager, young Master Yi Chen has privileges, but you don't. The waiter heard it and responded without saying anything. Privileges. In our company, no one has privileges. Even if he is the emperor, it doesn't work. Rules are rules and they cannot be broken. Qian Hao's face was angry. A delivery man can actually have privileges in his company. It is too infuriating. And he, as the deputy manager of the company, has no privileges at all. Damn it. Young Master Yi Chen is not the emperor. At this time, a girl's voice came. He is the judge of the life and death of our company. Chapter 20 I have privileges, you don't. Second update, please recommend, please collect. Hello, Manager Qian. When the front desk attendant saw the young man in a black brand name suit coming over, he greeted him respectfully. Yeah, Qian Hao saw it and nodded, quite satisfied. How come this guy is the manager of my ninth sister's company? Looking at Qian Hao in front of him, Yi Chen's face was puzzled, and his brows slightly frowned. After graduation, Qian Hao would come here, which Yi Chen could never have thought of. It's true that enemies don't meet each other. Qian Hao, a rich second generation, heard that his family is quite rich. His father is a big breeder, with a net worth of more than 10 billion. When he was studying, he was unlearned and ended up in the same class as himself when he was in college. In the class, it can be said that Qian Hao is definitely the worst student, but he is the most arrogant and stubborn one. At that time, because of his good grades, Qian Hao did not make things difficult for himself. And now, it has been more than a year since graduation. I didn't expect that he still had such a face when we just met. Yi Chen, I have to tell you that it's working hours now, no entry for idle people. Looking at Yi Chen in front of him, Qian Hao's face became serious and his voice was even colder. When they were in junior college, they were very wrong. After graduating from junior college, I heard that Yi Chen worked as an errand boy. This made Qian Hao's face even more excited. Because he could finally crush Yi Chen in his career. Unfortunately, he never met Yi Chen. And today, what he didn't expect was that God was so kind to him that he met Yi Chen. This time, if he didn't suppress Yi Chen well, it would really be a waste of such a good opportunity given by God. Isn't it obvious? Yi Chen heard it and cast a mentally retarded look at Qian Hao. It's working hours now, of course Yi Chen knows it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come here. This Qian Hao, is he a fool? I haven't seen him for a year, and he's acting stupid. It's so damn pitiful. Qian Hao's face turned red with anger when he heard and saw Yi Chen looking at him as if he was mentally retarded. He didn't expect that when he was in college, his ability to talk was not as good as Yi Chen's. And now, even though he has been out for almost a year and has become a deputy manager, his ability to talk is still not as good as Yi Chen's. Tell your general manager Mo Xiaoshui that a handsome guy named Yi Chen is coming to see her. Yi Chen didn't pay any attention to Qian Hao's angry face, nor did he want to pay attention to it. It can be said that what Yi Chen wants now is just to complete his ninth sister's task quickly, and then he can spend his time freely. As for other things, we will talk about it later. I know, Mr. Yi Chen, please wait. The waiter next to him heard it, nodded, and made a quick phone call without saying anything. This young man seems to have some background. Otherwise, it is impossible to call their general manager by name. Therefore, he dare not be negligent in the slightest. Yi Chen, you don't want to tell me that our general manager has ordered takeout. Qian Hao, who was standing next to him, became even more angry when he saw that Yi Chen didn't pay any attention to him, and said with a sneer. It can be said that if he didn't speak, he really treated him, Qian Hao, as if he didn't exist. This is impossible. I said, if you don't speak, no one will think you are dumb. What's wrong with people nowadays? Do they have to show off their presence? Yi Chen saw it and gave a disdainful look. Humph, what are you pretending for? Can you let Sister Xiaoshui come down first? Qian Hao heard it and snorted hard. Yi Chen, a stinky boy, a delivery man, wants to find Sister Xiaoshui, which is basically impossible. Even if Sister Xiaoshui ordered takeout, it is impossible for her to come down to get it herself, but let others help deliver it. As for Yi Chen, it is impossible for him to see Sister Xiaoshui. Young Master Yi Chen, please wait. The general manager said that she will come down soon. However, before Qian Hao could sneer for 3 seconds, the waiter at the front desk said a word, directly pulling Qian Hao back from his fantasy. How is it possible? Sister Xiaoshui actually came down in person. Qian Hao heard it and thought he had heard it wrong. Qian Hao was very clear about Mo Xiaoshui's character. She was a workaholic, and it was impossible for a small thing to alarm her. I know. In that case, I will wait for a while. Hearing the words of the front desk clerk, Yi Chen nodded. It seems that this meeting is not so simple, not so easy. No wonder, his ninth sister asked him to come. Mr. Yi Chen, do you need anything? I will ask someone to buy it for you right away. Looking at Yi Chen in front of him, the waiter asked softly. In that case, please buy me a bottle of milk tea. Dragon Ball milk tea will be fine. Yi Chen heard it and said without any politeness. I know, Mr. Yi Chen, please wait a moment. The woman heard it and nodded to the person next to her. And the person saw it, nodded, and left. Looking at the behavior of the front desk clerk, Qian Hao was completely confused. It can be said that he is the one who should be treated politely. Why is it Yi Chen's turn? It's too unbelievable. Please buy me a cup of roasted milk. Finally, Qian Hao said to the girl who ran out. Sorry. Deputy manager, it's working hours now. The front desk clerk heard it and shook his head. You are violating the company's regulations by doing this. You. Qian Hao's face turned red when he heard it, and he pointed at Yi Chen. I am your deputy manager, why can't I? This brat is just a piece of trash, why can you buy it for him? It can be said that this receptionist has a problem with his brain. He is the deputy manager, yet he treats himself like this. It is impossible not to be angry. Not to mention, this happened in front of his opponent. Deputy manager, young Master Yi Chen has privileges, but you don't. The waiter heard it and responded without saying anything. Privileges. In our company, no one has privileges. Even if he is the emperor, it doesn't work. Rules are rules and they cannot be broken. Qian Hao's face was angry. A delivery man can actually have privileges in his company. It is too infuriating. And he, as the deputy manager of the company, has no privileges at all. Damn it. Young Master Yi Chen is not the emperor. At this time, a girl's voice came. He is the judge of the life and death of our company. Chapter 21. What's so arrogant about it? General Manager. When Qian Hao saw the woman walking over from the side, wearing a black hip skirt and a white tights, his face was shocked, and he finally said respectfully. It can be said that the person with the most power in this company must be the general manager Mo Xiaoshui who walked over. As for him, the deputy manager, if it weren't for the relationship, he would still be a wage earner. It's impossible to become a deputy manager. And, it's very embarrassing that he works at Junhao Clothing Company without pay. You must be Mr. Yi Chen, right? Please. When Mo Xiaoshui, who was walking over from the side, heard Qian Hao's words, she didn't even look at Qian Hao. She quickly came in front of Yi Chen and made a gesture of invitation to Yi Chen. It can be said that she was very respectful. Well, you must be the Mo Xiaoshui that Sister Nine mentioned. Yi Chen looked at the first-class girl in front of him, and his face was also a little surprised. The backbones selected by my ninth sister, they can't all have a good appearance as a prerequisite. It can be said that Mo Xiaoshui in front of me is also a great beauty. Of course, she is not as beautiful as my ninth sister. But among the crowd, she can also be said to be outstanding. Well, Master Yi Chen, you can call me Xiaoshui, and Sister Yi Zhen also calls me that. Mo Xiaoshui heard it, nodded, and a smile appeared on her face. Just now, Master Yi Chen asked you to buy things, you prepare them, and then send them to my office. The sooner the better. After Mo Xiaoshui finished speaking, she made a gesture of invitation to Yi Chen and led the way in front. This. Qian Hao next to him heard it, his face was astonished, and he looked at Yi Chen in front of him, completely confused. How can Manager Xiaoshui be so polite to a poor boy? This point, I can't figure it out. Sorry. You are not the only rich second generation, I am too. What's so arrogant? This company was given to me by my ninth sister to practice. Yi Chen glanced at Qian Hao who was stunned next to him, smiled slightly, and his face was even more disdainful. Such a stinky boy used to poop and pee on his head when he was in college. But now, he actually wants to poop and pee on his head, is that okay? It's impossible. Sister Xiaoshui, my ninth sister said that I can do whatever I want with this company. I want to fire the deputy manager here. He is too much of a hindrance. Looking at Mo Xiaoshui walking towards the elevator, Yi Chen asked. Well, of course, the president has ordered it. Whatever you want, you can do it. Wait a minute, I'll ask the HR department to handle the formalities. It's just that he paid to come to our company to learn the experience of managing a company. He didn't want to do it a long time ago, it's a hindrance. After Mo Xiaoshui finished speaking, the elevator door had already closed. This. Qian Hao was completely stunned when he heard it, his face full of disbelief. How could this be? After all, he paid to learn it himself. And they signed a contract. And now, firing him just like that, it's too much of a disregard for him. Damn it. Similarly, Qian Hao's face was a little pale. His father had managed to get him here to study. If he was fired, his father would definitely kill him. Sit down. What would you like to drink? Longjing tea, Tigenian, Dehongpao or Pu'er. In an office, Mo Xiaoshui, who came in from outside, saw Yi Chen following behind, made a gesture of invitation, asked, and looked puzzled. Dehongpao. I heard that it is much more high-end, I haven't tasted it yet. After coming in from outside, Yi Chen sat on the sofa next to him. Hearing what Mo Xiaoshui said, he nodded and ordered a Dehongpao. Of these teas, he had only tasted Tigenian a little before. And now, when he heard about De Hongpao, he tried it without any hesitation. By the way, Sister Xiaoshui, you said Qian Hao came to our company to study, what's the matter? As if he had thought of something, Yi Chen asked. Well, his father had a cooperation with our company before, and his father always wanted him to learn our company's advanced management technology, but Sister Yi Zhen would not pay attention to these things. I thought, it's just for learning, so I let him come. After all, in business, it's better to have one more friend than one more enemy. Mo Xiaoshui heard and explained. But what I didn't expect was that he couldn't even make an analysis report, let alone a statistical table. Every time, it's better for me to do it myself. By the time he finished writing, I had already finished it for several hours. In the end, I had to help him review and check it. Tired, Mo Xiaoshui's face was a little helpless. Recently, I have been looking for a reason to fire him. But I couldn't find a suitable reason, so I could only sideline him. I didn't expect that when you came here today, Master Yi Chen, he actually dared to confront you. Now, I finally have a reason to fire him. Mo Xiaoshui's face was so helpless that she poured a glass of De Hongpao and handed it to Yi Chen. So that's it. It should be like this. Those who seriously delay the progress of work should be fired. Yi Chen finally understood what he heard. It turned out that Sister Xiaoshui had always wanted to fire Qian Hao, but she didn't have enough reasons. And now, there is finally enough reason. By the way, Sister Xiaoshui, Sister Zhu asked me to come to attend a meeting. It seems to be a cooperation with other companies. Let's get ready now. As if thinking of something, Yi Chen asked. Since you are here, then deal with it quickly. In this way, you can be free. Well, it's almost time to start. Mo Xiaoshui heard and nodded. It's in the conference room on the 9th floor. Those old guys should be almost all here. They are going to have a war of words with the scholars. The most annoying thing is those old foxes. Dong dong dong. At this time, there was a knock on the door. Then, a woman came in from outside with a cup of milk tea in her hand. Young master, your Dragon Ball milk tea has been brought. When she saw Yi Chen next to her, she put it on the table and left. Master Yi Chen, there are still 5 minutes before the meeting starts. We can go upstairs. Mo Xiaoshui looked at the time and her face became serious. Let me check if the meeting materials are complete. In that case, let's go upstairs and take a look first. Yi Chen saw it and walked out. The meeting room on the 9th floor, right? Yes. Chapter 22. Poor tea for this young master. The 9th floor conference room, as a commonly used conference room of Junhao Clothing Company, is still very large. An oval table is placed in the middle, and there are about 50 seats next to it. There is a distance of more than half a meter between each seat. At this time, this conference room is full. The only thing left is 3 chairs. These 3 chairs are for the boss at a glance. And next to it, a female employee in uniform helps to pour tea, and then brings it to everyone sitting next to the table. Respectfully, dare not have the slightest distraction. Everyone who came to attend the meeting this time is a person with a net worth of over 100 million. Some of them have assets of more than 10 billion. From this, it can be seen that this meeting is quite important. Squeak squeak squeak. While everyone was talking and greeting each other, a boy in ordinary clothes pushed open the door of the conference room from the outside and walked in. When everyone heard the voice, they just glanced at the boy, a strange face. Without paying any attention, they continued to talk. Such a person, dressed in ordinary clothes, seems to be an ordinary employee of this company. Apart from this, there seems to be no other possibility. Is this the partner of my 9th sister's small company? Looking at the people in the conference room in front of him, Yi Chen's face was a little surprised. It's just a meeting. I thought it was a simple meeting. But now, it seems that this meeting is a bit big. My 9th sister let me decide, and I don't know if my 9th sister will be angry if I mess up. Although I said I wasn't angry. But, women's hearts are like needles in the sea. Without saying much, seeing the 3 remaining chairs next to him, Yi Chen pulled a chair next to him and sat down. Put the milk tea in his hand casually on the table, and finally he could relax. Smelly boy, what are you doing? Is this a place you can sit? When Yi Chen wanted to squint his eyes and have a good rest, a cold voice came from the side. Looking towards the voice, it was a middle-aged man. At this time, his face was cold, his brows were frowned, and he looked at Yi Chen with disdain. Just an employee, I don't know where this brat came from, but he dared to sit in the main seat. Even they didn't dare to sit in this main seat. But this brat just sat down, not caring at all. He looked careless. Too hateful. He treated them as if they didn't exist and transparent, right? So arrogant. What's wrong? Yi Chen never thought that he just wanted to sit down and find a place to have a good rest for a while. But now, he was actually confronted. It can be said that he was completely confused. That's right, brat, this seat is not for you to sit on. And next to him, a middle-aged man saw it and said in the same cold voice, picked up the disposable cup on the table in front of him, and looked at Yi Chen. Pour me a cup of tea. It can be said that an employee of the company, who was sent to pour tea and water for them, actually wanted to sit in their main seat. Obviously, this is impossible. Pour water. Yi Chen was shocked when he heard it. He thought he had heard it wrong and looked at the middle-aged man in front of him. Uncle, am I the kind of person who pours tea and water? Don't you see how handsome he is? Is it possible to pour tea and pass water? Impossible. This guy's eyes must be wrong, he must be blind. Yes. Brat, get out of the way quickly, this seat is not for you. When the bored people next to him saw Yi Chen's expression, they also sneered. It can be said that it's boring anyway, so why not find something interesting? And the young man in front of him is quite interesting. You, go pour me a cup of tea. However, facing their sneers, Yi Chen looked at the first person who had embarrassed him just now, and said unceremoniously. It makes sense that he doesn't want to participate in this kind of meeting. Such a group of idiots really makes people feel helpless. Brat, what did you say? I'll pour you tea. The middle-aged man with a big belly next to him was shocked when he heard it, and finally looked at Yi Chen. Asking him to pour tea, isn't it stupid? It can be said that this time, they are the guests, okay. Yes, it's you. Are you deaf? Pour me some tea. I'm thirsty. Yi Chen heard it and ignored the stunned middle-aged man, and said seriously. It can be said that the most annoying thing is this kind of guy who looks down on others. If you don't teach him a lesson, you really don't know the dangers of society. Ha ha ha. Lao Jiao, I didn't expect that you would have this day. Being commanded by a junior. Some people around him obviously knew this middle-aged man, and they laughed even more. Yes, Lao Jiao, I didn't expect that you would have a day to be commanded by a junior. Ha ha ha. It seems that you are going to lose your reputation in your later years. Today is not bad, at least I saw Lao Jiao making a fool of yourself. Not bad, not bad. ... Stinky boy, do you know what you are talking about? Hearing the ridicule of his companions for many years, the middle-aged man called Lao Jiao became even more angry and looked at Yi Chen. A stinky boy, actually dared to be arrogant in front of him, is he crazy? Of course I know. Pour the tea. Yi Chen nodded when he heard it, and his face suddenly turned cold. Just now, according to what his ninth sister said, the final right to speak in today's meeting is in their hands. These people just want to negotiate the conditions. As for whether to agree or not, it is still their decision. Now, they dare to ask him to pour tea and pass water. They really think that they don't have a temper at all. It's really ridiculous. Zhao Hao heard it and saw that Yi Chen had no fear at all, but was very arrogant. His face became even more angry. Who is this guy? He is so arrogant. Damn it. While Zhao Hao didn't know what to say, the sound of high heels came from outside, getting closer and closer. Finally, a woman in uniform appeared at the door of the conference room. She walked in with a pile of information in her hands. What's wrong? When Mo Xiaoshui came in from outside and saw the expressions of everyone in front of her, her face was confused and her brows were slightly wrinkled. What happened? Little did they know that while Mo Xiaoshui was confused, Zhao Hao, who was standing next to her, had a proud look on his face, with his eyes shining brightly. Chapter 23. Get out of here. Manager Mo, are you sure you don't manage your employees properly? Looking at Mo Xiaoshui who was sitting in front of him, Zhao Hao's face was a little cold and he spoke. It can be said that this brat made him embarrassed in front of everyone, which was simply a heinous crime. My employees, what happened to my employees? Mo Xiaoshui, who had just sat down, heard this and looked at the girl who was still trying to pour tea and water next to her. Xiao Mei, did you do anything? What happened? It can be said that Mo Xiaoshui was simply confused. Xiao Mei was an employee she was very optimistic about etiquette and so on, but she had been specially trained, there could be no problem. And now, she had to be confused. General manager, it's not me, it's that young man. The one called Xiao Mei heard Mo Xiaoshui's words, answered quickly, and continued to help pour tea and water. I can't help it. Someone asked me to pour tea and water for them. Sister Xiaoshui, I have this temper. When Yi Chen saw Mo Xiaoshui's gaze, he shook his head and looked a little helpless. I have this kind of personality, what can I do? He actually asked him to help pour tea and pass water, is he stupid? This time, my ninth sister asked me to come here, not to be angry, but to make a decision. Okay. Since there is no problem, let's start this meeting now. Mo Xiaoshui heard it and nodded without paying attention to Zhao Hao's complaining eyes. Turn on the computer and start this meeting. I originally thought that my subordinates had done something wrong. Since it was young Master Yi Chen, I don't need to pay attention to it. Could it be that she can ask Yi Chen for an explanation? That's simply a death-seeking existence. Boss Mo, how can you do this? Could it be that you let this stinky boy point fingers here? When Zhao Hao saw that Mo Xiaoshui didn't pay any attention to his affairs, his face also fell. It can be said that everyone here is an old friend. It is very embarrassing to make a fool of yourself in front of old friends. At the very least, you should have an explanation. In that case, I wonder what you want, Zhao Hao. Mo Xiaoshui heard, a faint smile appeared on her face, and she looked at Zhao Hao next to her. Yeah, I don't want anything either. It's just that I want to save face. Let this brat apologize to me and get out of here again. This time, let's just leave it at that. I wonder what you think of my proposal, Mr. Mo. Zhao Hao heard, his face was even more proud, and he said with a smile. A pair of eyes looked at Yi Chen, full of disdain, with a smug smile on his face. If you can't argue with him, why not just let Mr. Mo, the boss, teach this arrogant brat a lesson. And you don't have to do it yourself, it's the best of both worlds. Hear it. Mo Xiaoshui heard, nodded, and looked at the girl next to her who helped pour tea and water. Yeah, it's already written. Xiao Mei next to her heard and nodded. She took out a small notebook, quickly wrote it down, and said. In that case, let's do as you say. Mo Xiaoshui heard it and looked at Zhao Hao. This made everyone around look at Yi Chen. It can be said that Mo Xiaoshui is just like a witch in their eyes. What they didn't expect was that this time, the witch actually surrendered. It was too incredible. In the past, it was only Mo Xiaoshui, the witch, who bullied them. They never bullied Mo Xiaoshui. And now, they can finally turn the tables. How can they not be happy? However, they waited and waited, but Yi Chen, who was sitting next to Mo Xiaoshui, acted as if he had not heard what Mo Xiaoshui said. He did not make any expression or movement, and the only thing he did was to slowly taste the milk tea in his hand. This made everyone's face change color and be confused, while Zhao Hao's face was angry and flushed. Boss Mo, look. This brat has ignored you to such an extent. He originally thought that he had turned the game around, but Yi Chen did not make any move. This was simply a slap, and he slapped him hard on the face several times, and his face was burning. Ignored, really. However, when Mo Xiaoshui heard this, she looked at Zhao Hao, whose face was flushed, and her smile was even sweeter. Shouldn't you show some expression and get up and exercise? Me. Zhao Hao heard this and looked at Mo Xiaoshui. His face was confused, and he couldn't tell the directions at all. Why is it him? Shouldn't it be the brat next to you? This is wrong. That's right. Didn't you just say you wanted to apologize and get out? However, when Mo Xiaoshui heard it, she just smiled and nodded. You don't have only 7 seconds of memory, do you? Mr. Mo, did you make a mistake? I said this stinky boy apologize and get out. It can be said that Zhao Hao was completely confused. He was talking about Yi Chen. Why is it me? Yes. The people who came from the side heard it, nodded one by one, and looked at Mo Xiaoshui with the same confusion. Bang! When everyone looked over, Mo Xiaoshui slammed the heavy documents in her hand. Her face instantly felt cold, and the smiling look before completely disappeared. How dare you? The cold voice came out from her throat, and her beautiful eyes were even colder. She looked at the people in front of her, and finally looked at Zhao Hao. Zhao Hao, right. Apologize to me. The voice was serious and solemn, without a trace of politeness. It can be said that these people dared to treat Sister Yi Zhen's brother like this. Are they stupid? Sister Yi Zhen got angry, and none of these people wanted to escape. Sister Yi Zhen asked Yi Chen to come here to help the company make decisions, no matter right or wrong, no matter bankruptcy or rise. Everything is based on what Yi Chen said. But now, these people are embarrassing Yi Chen, and even asked Master Yi Chen to pour tea and water for them, which is simply courting death. Mr. Mo, if your company doesn't want to be in trouble, apologize to me and get out. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. Mo Xiaoshui heard it, and didn't care at all, let alone be polite. She must help Master Yi Chen regain his face, otherwise, she might be the one who is unlucky. Zhao Hao heard it, and he didn't know how aggrieved he was. In the end, he could only stand up and look at Yi Chen. I'm sorry. He never thought that this time, he actually mentioned the iron plate. Who is this young man? You haven't gotten out yet. However, Yi Chen heard it and his face became serious. Get out. Chapter 24. You are just drinking soup. Who is this boy? When the people next to him saw Zhao Hao get out, they all looked at him with puzzlement. None of them had seen this person before. It can be said that he was a completely unfamiliar face. But now, he has such great power that even the general manager Mo Xiaoshui has to obey this boy. Who is he? If it is the president of Junhao Company, they can't not know it. What's more, this is absolutely impossible. The president of Junhao Company is Yi Zhen, which everyone knows. Yeah, before the meeting, let me introduce you first. When Mo Xiaoshui saw the puzzled eyes of the crowd, she coughed lightly and looked at the woman who was helping to pour tea and water. Finally, her face became serious and looked at the people in front of her. Squeak squeak squeak. When Xiaomei next to her saw it, she didn't say much and quickly helped to close the door of the conference room. Then she waited quietly by the side, and immediately helped to pour tea in the cup of anyone who didn't have it. This is Yi Chen, the only brother of Yi Zhen, the president of our Junhao Company. Yi Chen. When the people around heard this, their mouths opened wide, and their jaws almost dropped to the ground. President Yi Zhen's brother, no wonder. No wonder. No wonder he is so arrogant and so dismissive. It turns out that all of this is related by blood. How powerful and arrogant President Yi Zhen is, it can be said that they are the ones who know best. She is a strong woman, a very strong woman. She always says what she means, which makes people feel terrified. Unexpectedly, the young man in front of him is actually Yi Zhen's only brother. Fortunately, they didn't confront Yi Chen and didn't provoke Yi Chen too much. Otherwise, it might not be just Zhao Hao who got out. I think everyone has heard it clearly. After Mo Xiaoshui introduced it once, she didn't say anything more. She looked at the people in front of her and her face suddenly became gloomy. Clear. Everyone heard it. What else could they say? The only thing they could do was nod. Now that it's clear, let's start our meeting today. Mo Xiaoshui nodded with satisfaction after seeing everyone nod. Without saying much, she began to preside over today's meeting. Today is a meeting for our Junhao Company to cooperate with you, and it is also a meeting to open up a broader future. This meeting revolves around our last work on opening up overseas markets and how to distribute rewards. Overseas markets. It seems that my sister wants to take her clothing company global. Yi Chen, who was watching from the side, was a little shocked when he heard Mo Xiaoshui's words. His sister was actually preparing to attack the overseas market. This is still a small company. I really don't understand my ninth sister's thoughts. Regarding the distribution of remuneration, I have written it in the contract. You can take a careful look at it. If you have any questions, you can raise them at any time. If you think there is no problem, then you can sign the contract. After signing this contract, we are one. We will prosper together and suffer together, and share honor and disgrace. After Mo Xiaoshui finished speaking, Xiaomei, who was helping to pour tea and pass water, took the documents from Mo Xiaoshui's hand and distributed them to everyone present. As for Yi Chen, he just crossed his legs and drank the milk tea in front of him. Of course, Yi Chen also got a contract in front of him, which was given to him by Xiaomei. Originally, he didn't want to pay attention to it, but he was really bored, so Yi Chen picked up the contract on the table in front of him and started to browse it. This contract is indeed about how Junhao Clothing Company can build a high-end brand and then enter the overseas market. Some obligations and rights that both parties should fulfill. Of course, the most important thing is the dividend. It is 60% to 40%. Their Junhao Company holds 60%, and the companies of the people present hold 40%, which is already written very clearly. Boss Mo, there are no other problems, but did you make a mistake about the distribution of profits? After a long silence, everyone frowned, and one of the middle-aged men spoke. This made everyone look at the middle-aged man, and for a moment, he seemed to have become their representative. The first bird to stick its head out will be shot, and everyone present is an old fox, and they understand this very well. Therefore, everyone was silent, but there were always people who couldn't help themselves. As long as one person can't help it, then they can take over the conversation. That's right, Mr. Mo, did you make a mistake about the profit distribution? If I remember correctly, we agreed before that it was 50 to 50. Now, it has become 60 to 40, which is a bit unreasonable. Yes. How can this be? We clearly agreed that it was 50 to 50. How did it become 60 to 40? I also want to know, so please explain to me, Mr. Mo, what is the reason for this change in profit sharing? Yes, I also want to hear Mr. Mo's opinion. I don't know what the reason is. As expected, once one person spoke, everyone couldn't sit still and looked at Mo Xiaoshui one by one. It can be said that they were very happy with the 50-50 profit sharing before. After all, the one who contributed the most was Junhao Clothing Company, and they only needed to be soy sauce to get half of the profit share. This is simply cool. And now, all of a sudden, the profit sharing has become 60-40. This is not good, and I can't be happy at all. Even though it's only 10%, for such a huge business, 10% could be an astronomical figure. Can you calm down now? Since you want an explanation, I'll give you one. When Mo Xiaoshui heard and saw the dissatisfied faces of everyone, her face suddenly became serious. To enter the overseas market, I think you should all be very clear about what is needed. That's right. Not only does it require funds, but it also requires manpower, material resources, and connections. There are so many luxury goods in the overseas market now, and the competition is extremely strong. This is obvious to all. In the contract, we are responsible for opening up the overseas market, responsible for publicity, investing a large amount of money, and solving all kinds of troubles. And you only need to provide the corresponding raw materials, etc. You don't need to help with other things. You say, giving you 40%, is this considered unfair to you? Looking at the people in front of her, Mo Xiaoshui's face became serious. And the most important point, everyone, don't forget it. If it weren't for the fact that you have always been our partners, President Zhen could have completely opened up the entire overseas market by himself and monopolized the profits. I brought you along and let you eat the soup, you should know how to be grateful. I'm not afraid of what you say. In this overseas market development, our Junhao company is going to eat the meat, and you can only drink the soup. It's up to you whether to sign or not. This is not a negotiation with you. At worst, President Zhen will allocate tens of billions again and take over the power. Recommended to a friend a book about a son-in-law, it's quite good, The City's Peerless Saint Doctor. Chapter 25. I don't need these hundreds of billions. Boss Mo, isn't this a bit bad? For us businessmen, the most important thing is integrity. And your company. When everyone heard this, they were silent, but some people still spoke up. Although they knew that they were just bystanders, even if they were bystanders, they had to strive for the greatest benefits. What do businessmen want? Isn't it just profit? Integrity. Haha. Mo Xiaoshui heard this and suddenly sneered. I think the word integrity has nothing to do with you. Who here doesn't think about their own interests? Last time, when Junhao Clothing Company was facing bankruptcy, who of you lent a hand? If it weren't for Sister Yi Zhen's appearance, I think the current Junhao Clothing Company has become history. And now, you still deserve the word integrity. You said you would help each other and benefit each other, but when disaster strikes, you all run away. But, that time, President Mo, you know, we were really powerless. Yes. The opponent was so strong that we couldn't even fill the gaps in our teeth. That's it. While everyone was arguing, Yi Chen, who was sitting next to them and looking at the contract and drinking milk tea, heard it, frowned slightly, his face became even colder, and he slapped the table hard. Today's meeting ends here. Junhao Clothing Company does not need your participation. It's just a few $100 billion. I'll let my ninth sister transfer it. That's it. Sister Xiaoshui originally thought it was some kind of meeting, but I didn't expect it to turn out like this, wasting my time. I'm going to help you get rich, but you don't want it. I'm going to give you soup for free, but you still want meat. In that case, I won't bother you anymore. I'll ask Sister 9 to allocate tens of billions. These people are all profit-oriented. They just want to do odd jobs, but they still want to split the bill 50-50. They don't want to give you face, but they don't want to help you get rich. In that case, I'm sorry to bother you. There's still a lot of time left. I see, Master Yi Chen. Mo Xiaoshui beside him heard and nodded. Today's meeting ends here. Now, adjourn. Xiaomei, please help me to shred the garbage. These contracts, shred them with the shredder. I see, Mr. Mo. Master Yi Chen, I don't know if you like afternoon tea. I know there's a place nearby where afternoon tea is the best. Mo Xiaoshui smiled slightly when she looked at Yi Chen next to her. Yeah, sure. Lead the way. Yi Chen heard and nodded. It seems not bad to go for afternoon tea. At least, it's quiet. Boss Mo, wait. Let's sign. 40% to 60%. 40% to 60%. We get 40% and your company gets 60%. The people in the conference room looked anxious when they saw Yi Chen and Mo Xiaoshui walking out. Indeed, they were just helping out. 40% is already a lot of money. This is not impossible. It's just that striving for maximum benefits has always been the top priority. No. Now, 70% to 30%. We get 70% and you get 30%. However, Yi Chen heard it, shook his head and refused. 70% to 30% is better than robbing. When everyone heard it, their faces turned cold. 70% to 30% is still profitable, but it's not much. No, no, no. I'm just robbing now. It's up to you whether you are willing or not. Anyway, my ninth sister doesn't need these hundreds of billions. Yi Chen heard it, waved his hand, and looked at Xiaomei. Xiaomei, right. Print a new contract and change the 64% to 73%. If they are willing, they can sign it. If they are not willing, forget it. Anyway, my ninth sister has plenty of money. Yi Chen didn't care about their anger at all. He looked at Xiaomei who was packing up and gave her instructions. The contract is on my office computer desktop. Look for it. Mo Xiaoshui explained and quickly led the way. When everyone saw Yi Chen who was so strong, their faces were stunned. Originally thought that they could maximize their benefits, but now, they didn't expect that not only did they not maximize their benefits, but even drinking soup was too difficult. Tragedy. Everyone, I don't know if you want to sign the contract. Or not. If you want to sign, I can print it for you immediately. If you don't want it, then please go back. Xiaomei, who was standing next to him, saw this and suddenly became strong. Her voice was not polite at all. She said, I was polite to you because you are our partners. But now, you are shameless. So there is no need to be polite. Everyone saw this and didn't know what to say. In this day and age, even a person who pours tea and water is so strong. It's too incredible. Mr. Yi Chen, I wonder what you think of the afternoon tea here. On the other hand, in a tea house, a girl and a young man were sitting face to face quietly. Looking at the young man in front of him, a faint smile appeared on his face. On the table, there were some cakes. It can be said that there were all kinds of cakes. Well, not bad. After tasting the cakes on the table in front of him, Yi Chen nodded, his face was still quite satisfied. He had always been busy before, but now he was rich. He could finally enjoy the life of a rich man. Mr. Yi Chen, about what happened just now, will Sister Yi Chen. Looking at Yi Chen in front of him, Mo Xiaoshui's face became a little solemn. This is a cooperation worth tens of billions, but Yi Chen ruined it in an instant. Don't worry. Tens of billions are just a small matter for Sister Ju. I can't stand their faces. Yi Chen heard it, shook his head, took out his Huawei 30 Pro, and made a call. Hello. Brother, what's the matter? The meeting is over so soon. On the other side of the phone, a bell-like voice came, sounding quite happy. Well, Sister Ju, I ruined it. They didn't want to split the profit 60% and 40%, so I just opened a 70% and 30% split. Yi Chen heard it and nodded. I don't know if they signed it. Anyway, Sister Xiaoshui and I walked away. Well, good job. Sister supports you, so you should be more assertive. Yi Chen heard it and nodded. It's just a few hundred billion. I took them to drink soup, but they still didn't want to. In this case, just eat dirt yourself. By the way, what do you think of Xiaoshui? Maybe she can help you cool down. Sister Ju, stop joking. That's it. I'm still drinking afternoon tea. Okay. Leave the rest to me. Yi Chen smiled. If possible, brother, it's better to just force it. Xiaoshui, I'm afraid of this. Sister Ju. Yi Chen heard it, and there was a trace of cold sweat on his face. Haha, let's not talk about it. In fact, Xiaoshui's figure is really amazing. She's not even yet. That's it. Hearing what his sister Ju said, Yi Chen was completely helpless. I'm not that hungry, am I? Really? What's wrong? Mo Xiaoshui's face next to him was a little flushed, and she asked with shy eyes. Don't get me wrong, my sister Ju has this kind of personality. Sister Ju said that the rest will be left to her. Yi Chen saw how helpless he was. Perhaps, it was really as his sister Ju said. Mo Xiaoshui likes strong people. This is a masochist. Xiaoshui, you are here too. At this time, a young man's voice came. Who is this? How dare he sit in front of you?